win.
And here we go. We are underway, and the puck rolls into the Indianapolis zone up along the far boards. Here's a cross-ice pass to Petricki. He tries to get in the Komets zone. It's batted back by Kyle Thomas. Comes out to the blue line, and now all the way down the ice. Friedman with it for the Komets. Puts it in front of his own net as Simone Denis gets his first touches as a Komet. He goes high off the glass, and the puck is going to come all the way down to the Indianapolis zone and up along the far boards. It is played ahead all the way down to Spencer Martin, where Denny will touch it up first. He will turn the corner, bring it back up ice. Goes off the stick of Kyle Thomas as he comes off a line change. It is stopped by the goaltender Schaefer, and here comes Indianapolis. Up along the far boards, they carry it into the Komet end. They carry it over on side. Here's the shot, and a save made by Spencer Martin. Comes back behind the net, and it's played by Indianapolis down low, but it's taken away by Cody Corbett. And here's Szydlowski with an outlet pass down to the captain, Jamie Schaafsma. Trying to get over the stick of a defender, and does. Puts it in off the side of the cage. Comes up along the near wall. Out to the blue line. Komets have it. Here's a shot by Hamonic, and Schaefer hanging on, making the stop.
Only Schaefer's second game has been in the Indy net this year, and we'll see what he does back there. He doesn't know the shooter, so maybe we'll get a couple of quick ones on him.
He was signed on March 23rd out of Robert Morris University, and Schaefer makes his first save of the night here in his first professional start. Puck set up to drop on the left side of Schaefer, down in the Indianapolis zone. Comes down into the corner where it's played by the Fuel. Off the glass it goes, off the stick of Trevor Campbell, and it's played ahead, and it's going to be playing the puck with a high stick.
In the Indy zone, it'll stay there. Face off left to Schaefer.
Shane Alberani and Robbie Irons with you here tonight. It'll be the same pair tomorrow when the Komets take on the Evansville Icemen here at the Coliseum.
Good news, as you said, Embach and Southorn will be back in the next week or so, so nice to get them back in the lineup.
And Coach Gary Graham hoping for both of them to come in tonight and possibly be in the lineup tomorrow. Of course, Embach hurt his knee while skating with Chicago in the AHL. Looks like that is all healed up. And number 15 should be back in the lineup at least sometime next week at the latest. Cody Stoll has got the puck down in the Komets zone as play continues here. Here's Garrett Meurs. Look at this move.
Nice move.
3-on-2 as they cross over the blue line over to Thomas. He takes a shot. He missed it high. It was Leo Thomas breaking in on the right side, and he drew the goaltender down, but it looks like it was just deflected before it got through.
Yeah, he was all alone. Nice three-way pass. Meurs over to Schaafsma, back over to the far wing here. And Thomas walked right in, had time, waited maybe a little too long. The fencer got there and got a stick out and was able to deflect it up and over the net. Nice passing, though.
18:24 to go here in the first period. No score between the Komets and the Fuel. And the Fuel have the puck in their own zone. Up along the far boards, it's Ben Marshall. He unloads it, comes down into the Komet zone. Here's Bo breaking the chase. And that is an icing call on Indianapolis. Again, Spencer Martin in nets here tonight, and he is without his signature pads, as he's actually got Komet-colored pads, blocker and glove, and he's also shed his Colorado Avalanche mask, because he's going with a plain white mask tonight. So a lot of fans might not recognize Spencer Martin tonight, as he is
new pads,
there.
New equipment, ready for the playoffs.
Comes down here onto the near boards. Here's Montgomery with it. Tries to center it. Comes out to Schaefer. Pokes it aside. And it comes up along the left wing. Played forward by Cody Sharif into the Komet zone. It's wheeled around. Comes back behind the net. Here's Denny. Gets cut off. Comes up along. Tries to center it up. And it comes out to Brett Bly from the blue line. They've got it. And back out to Bly, top of the circle, dropping it down low. Defended by Beaupre. Here's the shot. And hanging on is going to be Spencer Martin.
Yeah, puck coming from the corner. He grabbed onto it as he tried to clear the puck to the front of the net. Intercepted it. Nice play. Martin making no chances as the Komets get a line change.
So we'll change it up here with 17:46 to go in the first period. No score. Shots on the game are even up at 1. And the puck will be dropped in the Komet zone. Here's Paul Crowder on the drop. Goes back behind the net. And it's played up along the near wall. Now back the other way where it's picked up by Crowder. Now it's Hamonic with it. He gets it out to the blue line, carries it into the neutral zone, and it's coming back the other way off the stick of the Fuel. Champini gets it into the Komet zone. Hamonic has it, goes right up the middle of the ice, plays it over to Szydlowski. He tries to center it. It's blocked and comes up loose along the near boards. And now the Ice have it, or the Fuel have it again, and they come into the Komet zone. Puck rolling around, comes down up along the far boards. It's out of the zone, and now out to center ice. Here's Hamonic with it. Cross-ice pass picked up by Corbett. And Corbett now, nifty move, gets around one defender, plays it over to Szydlowski, poke checked away.
Look out.
And here comes
Bad
the
line change.
Coming in, Ciampini with a shot, save made, rebound in front, and Martin making the stop. Cutting across the crease, gets the left leg out there, and he makes the save.
Yeah, a bit of a bad pass at center ice, which created a turnover. And then the Komets were in a line change. They got trapped. The man walked in, let a pretty good shot go. It's Martin. Martin made the save. The rebound was there, and Indy was all over him until he made a nice sprawling save. Two big saves. Martin on his game.
And Indianapolis just got Ciampini back today. He's one of their leading scorers with 12 goals and 21 assists. He came in there all by himself. Martin made the save, and then he also got a hold of the rebound. And the Komets dodge a bullet there as we return to play with the Komets have the puck in their own zone. Cody Soul with the puck. No score in this one as he sends one all the way down into the Indianapolis zone. Comes off the end boards. And we've got a tie-up now in the corner. Back behind the net, comes out to Dylan Clark. Clark with it, touch pass now down low, and coming up the ice is Clark again. Clark on the left side, steps over the Comet blue line, centers it up, and it goes off the stick, or the glove actually, of Martin. It comes down into the corner. Here's another centering pass broken up by Soul. Comes back behind the net for Brandon Wong. His pass is taken away. Here's a shot, and a save made by Martin, and it's picked up by Garrett Meurs. 16:06 to go in the first period, no score. And the Komets have it behind their own nets. Selvarud with it, going to take his time as he picks a spot up along the far boards. His pass is going to be too wide, and it's going to be carried right back in by the Fuel. Here's a shot, and Martin making the other save again.
Great transition by Indy, standing up around the red line, intercepting a couple of passes. One quick one, and they're back in the zone. Another shot on net. Martin has to make another save. 5 shots, Indy. None by the Komets.
Face off in the Comet zone. And here's the drop. Comes down into the corner. Beaupre wheels it up to the blue line. Knocked down. And the Komets are able to get it out of the zone just for a moment. Comes down to the Indianapolis blue line, where it's played by Kevin Clare, and now back up along the near boards and into the Comet zone. Back behind the net, here's Beaupre. Tries to bring it up along the far boards and does. Here's a cross-ice pass, and here is Denny. He is going to carry it into the Indianapolis zone. Comes up, tries to center it. Pass broken up, comes down into the corner, and now he tries to send it around into the corner again, where it goes out to Barchuk off of his stick, and it's broken up onto the far side. Trevor Campbell carries it into the Comet zone, but the Komets are right back there on defense, turning it back the other way. It's Barchuk now coming in. Here's a backhand attempt.
Looking for somebody.
And Selvarud cannot unload the puck, and now he just carried it a little bit too long, and it's taken away. And into the Comet zone it is played off the boards.
Friedman there now.
Now Friedman pinned up against the glass, and now up along the far boards in the Comet zone. Corbett has it. Out to Friedman. He gives it a look. He is going to float one into the Indianapolis zone. It comes down, hits the ice, comes to the stick of Sean Szydlowski. Sid can't do anything with it. Now it comes free. Here's a shot. Schaefer makes the stop. Got it right off the blocker.
Schaafsma.
And comes up along the near wall. Here's Crowder, who takes a check, comes out to Barchuk. Top of the circle. His shot.
On the net again.
Schaefer making the save. 14:19 to go in the first period. No score, and you're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
The puck is dropped on another Comet season. And what better way to get ready to watch the K's than with a pregame party? Aunt Millie's Deli Buns and your party spread will put the biscuit in the basket for your guests. To face off with some great sandwich ideas for your party, visit AuntMillie's.com. Whatever you put inside the sandwich, it's always a winner when you include Aunt Millie's Deli. And speaking of winners, go Komets!
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
6 minutes passed here in the first period. Shane Alvarani and Robbie Irons with you. And we have got a scoreless game here at the Coliseum. Komets and Fuel, they'll see each other quite a bit here this final week. 2 more games against these two teams next Friday and Saturday. One in Indianapolis and back here in Fort Wayne to finish up the regular season. So the Komets looking to take care of business here tonight and possibly clinch the Midwest Division title. Komets have it at the top of the circle down in the Indianapolis zone. Not for long, though, as Clare will play it up along the boards. Now he drops it back in front of his own goaltender, and it comes all the way down into the Komet zone. Cody Soul turns it back the other way. It's picked up at the blue line by Meurs. Meurs turns the corner, brings it back up ice, goes out to Taylor Crunk, and Crunk will
on the net.
Lose the puck, but it rolls right down to the goaltender, Schaefer, and he will cover it up.
Yeah, Crunk, not much to do. The puck took it wide. Defenseman pinched him off. He threw it on the net, got a shot on goal, and right into the goal mouth comes Meurs. A little pushing and shoving as usual with him.
So both teams will get a line change, and the face-off will be to the right of Schaefer. And it will be David Friedman, who has got 1 goal and 4 games played since joining the Komets a couple weeks ago. And the puck will be dropped in the Indianapolis zone. Matt White on the drop for Indianapolis. He wins it. Out to Sharib, now out to center ice and down into the Komet zone. Puck rolling around, comes up along the far boards, now out to the blue line. And coming around is Trevor Campbell. Goes back behind the net, plays it out to the blue line. Here's a shot, tipped wide.
Deflected.
And Rhett Bly has it up along the far boards, drops it down low, and he gets it to Sharib. Sharib tries to go to Bly, goes up to the blue line, however. Now it's dropped down low, back out to Bly. Now here's a shot. Martin makes the stop. Rebound goes in the corner, and Gabe Beaupre gathers it up for the Komets. He plays it ahead. Puck is knocked down and right back into the Fort Wayne zone as Indianapolis forward there lost an edge. He has to send it all the way back down into his own end. And back the other direction is Ciampini. Out to the center line. Indianapolis still has the puck. Now they have to retreat back to their own zone as they play it ahead. Comes down, hits the end boards down in the Komet zone, whipped around by Spencer Martin. Comes up along the far boards, trying to go to the Campton. Jamie Schaafsma comes down into the corner, can't control it. Here's a centering pass, and it's rolling around there in the slot, and it comes out to the rookie, Simone Denis. And out to the neutral zone. Petricki has it back into his own blue line for Indianapolis. Cross ice pass and moving it forward are the Fuel. And this game has pretty much been one-sided, even though we have no score. But most of the offensive chances have belonged to the men in white here tonight.
They're working hard.
Indianapolis out of the playoffs, but they are still working it. No score here at the Coliseum as the Fuel have it. Here's LeVay going to wheel one around as they'll get a line change. Goes back behind the Komet net, and Cody Corbett will take his time.
Line change Komets. Here he comes out.
And Corbett taking his time. Now he finally plays it out off the boards, and the puck rolling around comes down to the blue line. And here's Crunk with it. His shot, he feigned on it, rolls in front of the net, and it's cleared away. Up along the far boards, Komets have it. And now to the neutral zone. They get it in deep. Giving chase is Leo Thomas into the corner. Thomas being chased out of there by Clark. Centers it up off the stick of Meurs. And it comes down to the blue line. Cody Soul could not hang on to it. And here's a chance for Indianapolis. Cross ice pass broken up by Leo Thomas. But the Fuel still have it down low. Back behind the net. It goes to Brandon Wong. Leo Thomas trying to take his man off the play. Wong kicks at it. Comes down into the corner. And now a pileup. Cody Soul gives it a poke. And it's picked up by Sevelrud. He goes out to Garrett Meurs on the right side. He floats one over to the big defenseman Cody Soul, who will whip one around. Comes off the boards, comes out in front of the Indianapolis net, but it's going to be played ahead by Wong. He floats one forward, comes down into the Komet zone with 10:29 to go in the first. No score in this one as Friedman has it. He looks up, got it taken right off his stick by Callantone. Comes out in front of the Komet net, and it's played over onto the left wing. And here's a long stretch pass down to Kyle Thomas. It's broken up and sent back the other way. Martin will come out of the nets, and he will give it up to Denis. Denis goes off the stick of one man, and it comes all the way down, and that is an icing call. And we are 10 minutes gone by here in the first period. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Aaron's has some really great news. Aaron's is offering 120 days same as cash. That's right, and here's how it works. Sign a new lease agreement, and you have a full 4 months, 120 days to pay Aaron's everyday low price. They even offer a 20% instant rebate if you purchase outright. 120 days same as cash. Not bad, huh? Just stop by or call to learn more. And remember, you don't need credit. All you need is Aaron's. And nobody beats Aaron's. Nobody.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
No score in this one here at the Coliseum. 9:40 to go in the first. Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons with you here tonight as the Comets looking to pick up a win against the Fuel. And right now the Comets, they've got the puck at their own blue line. Here's Cody Corbett going to wheel one around, comes deep into the corner, up along the far boards as Crowder gives chase, but it's gathered up by Petricki. Here's a long stretch pass, and that one is going to go nowhere, all the way down into the Comet zone where it is picked up again by Corbett. He is going to slam one right down to Crowder at the Indianapolis blue line. He tries to whip one around off the backhand, intercepted by Ben Marshall, and back come the Fuel. Can't do anything with it. Szydlowski takes the puck. He is going to float one forward up along the far boards to Crowder.
Schaafsma in there now to help him.
And the Comets just have not been able to get any offense going here in this first period. As Kevin Clare with it, batted back the other way. Crowder with it. Again tries to put it into the Indianapolis zone, but Clare is there again, turns it back the other direction, and he sends one into the Comet zone. Here's Spencer Martin flipping one around off of his stick. It's cut off by Wong up along the far boards, goes back behind the net. Selvarad working his man down low. Here's a shot and a goal.
Yep, Selvarad lost the puck behind the net to the Indy forechecking. They flipped it out in front, and bang, bang, it's in the net. As aggressive forechecking and hard work by Indy has finally earned them a goal after 8 shots on goal. And they are outworking the Comets that earned that goal pretty good.
And it was Colin Murray getting the tally for Indianapolis. That is 9th of the season. And you can see there it goes back behind the net, and the Comets just could not clear it out. It comes right out in front of the net, and it beats Martin high into the glove side. And the Indianapolis Fuel lead it 1-0 with 8:28 to go in the first period.
Wake-up call.
Up along the far boards, played down into the Indianapolis zone, up along the far boards. And Sharib has it, tries to get around Diddy, and does. Comes out to Rhett Bly. Here's a 2-on-1 chance, and they ring it off the post. Bly with a great shot, and he beat Martin, but fortunately for the Comets, it did hit off the post, and we stay 1-0 as we come to a timeout on the ice. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Elwood's Appliances is Fort Wayne's most trusted source for quality GE appliances. Family owned and operated, Elwood's Appliances has proudly served the Fort Wayne community for more than 40 years and is Fort Wayne's very own GE factory authorized scratch and dent appliance outlet. Get quality, service, and price that the big box stores just cannot provide. Whether you're looking for one appliance or a whole house full, look no further than Elwood's Appliances, 2808 Lower Huntington Road in Fort Wayne, and visit elwoodsappliance.com. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
In the hospital.
Back live here at the Memorial Coliseum. Comets trail at 1-0 against Indianapolis. Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons with you here this evening as the Comets have just not been able to get any offense going. And we knew this Indianapolis team was going to be tough out here as they've really not playing for anything but jobs here at this point.
Well, the turnovers right now during the middle center ice area right now is the difference in the hockey game. Indy is standing up, intercepting everything the Comets try to come through the center at, and they turn and go right back on the Comets, and they're catching them with quick skating and quick transition and getting some shots on goal.
And the puck is dropped in the Comet zone. And again, Indianapolis has it. They send one around back behind the net. Here's Rhett Bly trying to center it up, broken up by Friedman. Comes up along the far wall, comes out to the blue line. Comets can't clear it, top of the circle. Sharib, and his shot just whistles wide. Comes up along the far boards. Kyle Thomas takes his man off to play hard. Comes back behind the net, played by Sharib again. As Denis gets his stick in there, comes up to the blue line. As Kyle Thomas moves it forward, is able to get it over onto the far hand side, and it comes all the way down into the Indianapolis zone. Here's Peter Schneider with it, carries it into the Comet zone, lost it, poke checked away. Champini has it, drops back to his own blue line, and he gives it a look. Comes up along the far wall to Clare, the near wall to Clare. He's going to have to retreat backwards as he is being chased by Crunk. Cross-ice pass to Marshall, gains his own blue line. Poke checked away at the red line. Here's Garrett Meurs with it. Meurs trying to flatten out the puck, comes in, he shoots, and he missed it wide.
Up high.
along the near wall. Here's Leo Thomas going back behind the net. Here's Crunk, tries to center it. Schaefer knocks it aside in front for Meurs. Couldn't connect, and it comes down into the corner.
Good hit, Meurs.
Meurs takes his man off the play, coming out to center ice again. Komets have it. Here's Leo Thomas. Picks up the head, gives it a look, and now he wheels it off the glass on the other end. Here is Meurs with it. He tries to center it up.
You're
Coming in the
right
back door. Here's Schaafsma. Shoots, and Schaefer makes the save.
Leo Thomas over here found Schaafsma on the far side, breaking in after a line change. Walked right in, top of the circle, let a shot go, and the goaltender Schaefer made a pretty nice glove save as he snatched it right out of the air. Good save.
And nobody was around Schaafsma as Schaefer makes the big save, as we get a bit of a applause here at the Coliseum as we see Mike Embach up on the big board. He is in the building tonight, not in the lineup, but hopefully we will see number 15 in the lineup come tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock when the Komets take on Evansville.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they do start him tomorrow, or they give him 3 or 4 days to practice with the team and, you know, feel a little more comfortable with that knee that he had injured. And when they feel comfortable and he feels ready to go, then they'll start him. So there's no sense in rushing right now. There's no purpose for it.
Mike Embach has not been in a Comet uniform since February 24th. He's been up with Chicago of the AHL. Hasn't played much, as, again, he hurt his knee a few weeks ago. So Emmer is back in the building tonight, not in the lineup, but we'll see what happens tomorrow night. Komets still got to take care of business here against the Fuel. They will trail it 1-0 as play continues in the Indianapolis zone. As it is going to be Brandon Wong going high off the glass, comes out to the center line. Puck rolling around all the way down to the Comet zone. As Schaafsma takes it away from Claire, goes back behind the net, trying to go to Sevelrud. It's picked up by Sean Szydlowski. Here's Sid off the boards to Schaafsma. He sends a pass all the way over onto the far side. Nobody there. Here's Wong with it for Indianapolis. Takes a shot on Martin. Gets it past him and goes off the end boards. And it gets tied up in the net. But we'll have an offsides call. With 5:41 to go here in the first, Komets trail it 1-0. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall, reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time. Because we grind up and spit out scrap, not customers. Find freight advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you in the Fort Wayne area. For locations and a list of metals we buy, visit OmniSource.com or call 855-OMNIBUY, 855-666-4289.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Back to action here at the Coliseum as we'll have a puck drop at center ice after the puck found its way into the Indianapolis bench area. And the Komets have got the puck. Here is Simone Denny. Out to Cody Corbett. Tries to find Friedman. Goes off of his stick up along the far boards. And the Fuel have it. Here's Beaupre knocking Cody Sharib off the play. And then he has it again. Cross-ice pass. It goes out to Beaupre. Dumps it off the boards. Trying to get Kyle Thomas sent back the other direction off the stick of Peter Schneider. And now the Komets have it in their own zone. Here's Beaupre with it again. Knocked away. Comes all the way down into the Indianapolis zone. Schaefer steers it wide. Comes up along the near wall where it's picked up by Ciampini. Drops it back behind him. They cross over the blue line and they're on sides. In front of the net, coming out. Here's LeVay with a move. Backhander. Martin to save. Rebound. Making the save is Martin. Got the right leg out there. And it comes back behind the net. Now it's played out forward. Here's Claire getting hit off the play. Centering pass comes up to the blue line. Now puck rolling around. Here's Garrett Meurs coming in on a breakaway. Crosses the blue line. Comes on Schaefer. Shoots. He scores! Garrett Meurs. Puck was rolling around. He flattened it out, and he gets it past the rookie goaltender. And the Komets have now tied it up with 4:25 to go in the first.
And Indy had the pressure on. They got a couple of shots on goal that Martin made nice saves and went back to the point. And that's when Meurs blocked the shot, knocked it off the boards, raced the defensive fort, got it, walked in, waited for the goalie to move. Nice shot, nice goal, Meurs. Tied it up.
Number 18 on the season for Garrett Meurs. Meurs now has 33 points on the year, and that's a big one. The Komets needed that one. It was a defensive breakdown by the Fuel, and Meurs made him pay.
Could be unassisted, too.
And we get the official word here from Larry Schmidt. Here's with the goal.
Unassisted, right?
15 minutes, 35 seconds. Comet goal scored by 20.
Here's Szydlowski looking for more for the Komets. He goes above the crossbar, and it clears the zone. Double run with it. Comes over to Cody Stoll. Plays it forward to Paul Crowder. Crowder turns the corner, brings it back up ice, out to Szydlowski. Got it poked away. Sid is able to get it in deep. Here's Crowder going in hard for it. And up along the far boards. Schaafsma tries to keep it in. He's got it at the blue line. Stepping up. Here's a shot. It goes wide. Back behind the net. And we got a pile up. And the referee will blow
on the
whistle.
mesh.
Referee tonight is Andrew Wilk, and he has not called any penalties. We've been 5-on-5 all the way through this first period.
Well, we've seen a couple of pretty good bangs out there. Beaupre nailed a couple of guys on the one side, and then Homeruk for the defenseman for the Komets on this side. He popped a couple guys. Other than that, Indy's been playing it skate, 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 check, 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 and the Komets trying to slow them down a little bit.
Indianapolis, the least penalized team in the entire Western Conference, just 723 minutes on the season. And a puck drop in the Evansville zone. And here's a long pass all the way down. Beaupre will knock it out of the air.
And pass through the center zone.
And that'll be fancying the puck with the hand, and a face-off coming up. 3:33 to go here in the first period. Shots in the game are 10-4 in favor of Indianapolis.
And that'll take the draw all the way back into the Comet zone because of the fraction in the center zone with the hand pass.
Puck will be to the right of Spencer Martin. And Matt White will take the drop in there with Brock Montgomery. Comes up to the blue line. Here's a shot. It goes wide of Martin. Comes out to the near side. Here is Kyle Thomas playing it ahead. Tries to go out to Crowder, and that one's going to be an icing. So we will take the skate all the way down and drop it in the Comet zone with 3:22 to go in the first. We're tied at 1. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Are you looking for a new truck this year? Look no further than your Chevy and GMC dealers. The redesigned 2016 models are made at the GM Fort Wayne Assembly Plant. The proud men and women of UAW 2209 put quality first when they build your truck. You'll see the quality shine when you buy a new 2016 Chevy or GMC pickup. Union labor puts quality on the road every day. UAW 2209 members continue that quality tradition. See it for yourself in your new truck, built by your friends and neighbors in the UAW.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
3 minutes to go here in the first period as we are tied at 1. Komets have got the puck at their own blue line. Puck rolling around. No one can get a hold of it. Into the neutral zone it comes. Now it rolls down into the Indianapolis zone. Nobody wanted it there. And here's Sam Jardine with it. He touches it up, gets it into the Comet zone. Goes down into the corner where Leo Thomas plays it up along the far boards. And streaking down the left side is Crunk. And Crunk gets it in. Here's Leo Thomas. Takes a shot. Oh, Schaefer just got a piece of it. Here's Hamonic with it. He centers it up, and that one goes off the stick of Crunk. Back to Meurs. His shot is knocked away.
Good hustle by the Komets.
Now the Komets getting some pressure as the Fuel are able to clear it all the way down, as it will be Cody Corbett going off the glass. Cannot get it out of the zone, however, and it comes into the corner. Now back behind the net where it's picked up by Hamonic again. Goes off the stick of Crunk.
This will be icing.
And that is an icing call. Yep, it'll hit the end boards. Touched up by Ben Marshall, and will come down and drop it again. 18 minutes have gone by here in the first period. We've got 2 goals up on the board, 1 on either side, so we are tied at 1. Face-off in the Comet zone. Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons with you here tonight. Same pair will be back with you tomorrow as the Komets will take on Evansville right here at the Coliseum for the final time, maybe in that team's existence. As it comes all the way down along the far boards into the neutral zone, and it's batted back by Hamonic. Hamonic has got it back behind his own net as he is going to get chased out of there by Cody Sharif. Comes up along the near wall, comes off the stick of Meurs, and all the way down in the Indianapolis zone. Petricki sends it over onto the near side off to Rhett Bly. He will send one down to Martin. He will stop it. And Martin gives it a look. Goes into the corner for Beaupre. Nice spin around move by the defenseman, getting away from one man. Nice pass down to Szydlowski. Crosses over the line. Onside. Sends it over. Tries to go to Crowder. One too many passes. It was broken up by Bly. Goes back behind the Indianapolis net in front of Crowder. Crowder tries to get a shot. Schaefer got the stick on it, and it comes all the way into the neutral zone. It's played out by Simone Denis up along the far board. Now back to Denis. He has Schaafsma here on the right side. Crosses over the blue line.
Last minute of the period.
And Schaefer makes the stop.
Use the point.
Szydlowski with it out to Stoll. He fans on it. And here's Indianapolis with maybe another chance here as Champagny brings it over the blue line. Coming in on Martin. Trying to wrap it around. And Martin makes the stop. Out to the blue line. Here's Jardine. Montgomery got down and he blocked it with his knee. Comes down into the corner with 36 seconds to go in the first. Here's another shot. Walking in is number 19 is LeVay. And Martin has to make another save. Up along the near board. And it goes to Szydlowski, down to Cody Stoll, opposite side.
Clear the zone.
Now Montgomery with 19 seconds to play, lost the puck, and it's batted back the other way. Indianapolis has it. Here's Schneider over the blue line to LeVay, top of the circle. Sends one into the corner, and going in for it is number 15, that side out, and he centers it up. Komets have it with 2 seconds. Szydlowski floats one forward, and that will do it for the first period. We're done with 20 minutes of play here at the Memorial Coliseum, and we are currently tied at 1 after 1 period of play. We'll be back. You are listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
You're grilling for everyone on game day, and people are hungry. More than that, they're hangry, and it's 95 degrees out, and they're thirsty. That's right, people are thrangry. They need to chill, and that gives you an idea. You remember Coors Light is filtered and bottled cold, so you pass some cold ones out. Suddenly, it's like they're snowboarding in the majestic Rocky Mountains, speeding away from the peaks of Thrangry and down the slopes of oh yes, so they make with the cheering and let you get with the grilling. Well done. Now it's time for your Coors Light. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility.
Midwest Gloves and Gear is always in full bloom and boasts a broad line of garden gloves and accessories that suit any gardener's needs. Midwest's full garden gloves product line features a wide variety of yard and garden gloves, all in the latest fashion-forward designs and colors. The garden accessories line features garden tools, hats, kneeling pads, bags, footwear, and much more to help make sure your garden always stays in full bloom. From head to toe, Midwest Gloves and Gear has you covered, and we've been growing with you for over 50 years. Midwest Gloves and Gear, Chillicothe, Missouri.
Here's some good policy from your local independent agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When you insure your home and car with us, you receive a multi-policy discount. And when you add Auto Owners Life Insurance, you get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto Owners Insurance will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
For all your insurance needs, visit Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Want to live a healthier life? You don't need to train for a marathon to do it. Even small changes can help you feel better. And at Parkview, it all starts with one word: go. Go for a walk. Go spend time with friends. Go do something simple right now to improve your well-being and take the Parkview Go Challenge. It's all about creating balance in your life. Mind, body, spirit, and community. For more healthy ideas, log on to parkviewgo.com. Parkview, your partner in health.
If you're looking for a way to see the Komets for less, then you'll want to read all about it. Find coupons on Komet ads in print editions of the Journal-Gazette and News Sentinel for seats in the Fort Wayne newspaper's extra section for only $8. Save $5 per ticket with your extra section coupon. For more information, check the latest edition of the Journal-Gazette or News Sentinel, or visit Fort Wayne Newspapers downtown on Main Street. Pick up your coupon today for extra special savings on the Komets, courtesy of the Fort Wayne Newspapers Extra Section. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report, presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Memorial Coliseum, Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons here tonight, and we are through one period of play here between the Komets and the Indianapolis Fuel, and we are tied at 1. Garrett Meurs getting a big goal for the Komets on a breakaway, and that was really big. The Komets were just chasing the puck entire first period, not getting very many chances on goal, but Garrett Meurs doesn't have a lot of goals this year, but a lot of his goals have been timely, just like that, as it was just a momentum changer.
Well, definitely, and being outshot 11-6 by Indy. The Komets were very lucky. Spencer Martin was tested quite a bit back there, and the territorial play that Indy put on them, Komets were really wheeling right there, trying to get it going, and Indy worked very hard. They built up a 1-0 lead at 11:32, Murray, and then, of course, the Komets goal at 15:35, Meurs tied it up, but they're very lucky to be tied 1-1 after that period. I thought Indy worked pretty hard, and unfortunately, they only have a tie out of it. So we got lucky. Let's take advantage of it and have a good second period against them.
And especially the Fuel were excellent on the forecheck and, of course, getting those turnovers there in the neutral zone. So we are through one period of play here at the Coliseum. We'll take a break here during the intermission report. We are tied at 1. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
5 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer, but thanks to advances in treatment, I survived. And when I look back and see how far I've come, you'd think the last thing on my mind would be a checking account. But a new checking account at Fifth Third Bank can help fund Stand Up to Cancer and their cutting-edge research. This groundbreaking initiative is helping save lives. Like, for instance, my life. Learn more at 53.com/SU2C. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank.
Member FDIC, Stand Up to Cancer is a program of the Entertainment Industry Foundation, a 501c3 charitable organization.
Consider the cup holder. There's probably one feeling empty next to you right now. No refreshing Pepsi and no hope. Look at it. Really, really look. Are you looking? Just look at it, won't you? All across the country, cup holders just like yours are being abused, deprived of Pepsi, forgotten. Instead of a refreshing Pepsi, some of them are being filled with loose change or crumbled up drive-through receipts, or is that a wad of used chewing gum? Clean your car. But what if you could help? Both of you, or all of you. There's really no way for me to know how many of you are in your car. I hope there's not 10 of you. That would be really unsafe. Get a Pepsi and refresh a cup holder's life. Our cup holders and our thirsts are counting on it. In fact, I'm having a refreshing Pepsi right now. That is refreshing. Pepsi, refresh yourself. Refill your cup holder.
WOWO-AM, Fort Wayne.
It's the Dodge Boys here from Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and we're excited. It's our spring clearance event. Hey, Ryan, tell us about it.
Matt, spring is almost here, so you need to get ready for the warmer temps with class and style with a brand new Chrysler 300 sedan, loaded with every option for only $260 a month. Also, returning lessees can get an amazing deal on the four-wheel drive Jeep Cherokee Latitude for only $258 a month.
I like it. Hey, Casey, I know you have more.
That's right, Matt. I sure do. It's also truck month, and you can drive home a brand new Ram Tough truck starting at just $199 per month. That's right. Crew cabs and quad cabs for only $199 per month. And this month we have a great deal on the Do Anything, Go Anywhere Jeep Wrangler for only $299 per month.
That's awesome. And we have some spectacular deals, and it all starts at GlenbrookDodge.com.
That's right. You can shop our entire 700 vehicle new and used car inventory and all of our big spring clearance event specials right from your mobile phone. Great deals on cars, trucks, vans, and minivans are just a click away.
Check us out online, then come in for a test drive. We have the right vehicle with the right payment that's right for you.
So come see us during our spring clearance event under the giant American flag or always online at GlenbrookDodge.com.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Win tied after one period of play. The Komets are 10-9-3-2 on the season. Indianapolis 9-12-1. Win tied after the first 20 minutes of play. Shane Albarani here tonight, and I'll be joined back by Robbie Irons when we start the second period off. But right now we are tied at 1 here in the first period. No penalties in that first period, just 2 goals that were scored. It was Murray, his 9th of the season for Indianapolis. 11:32 was the time on that goal. Clark and Wong picking up the assist. And then it was Garrett Meurs, his 18th of the season. 15:35 was the time of that one. And we are even up at 1 at the end of one period of play. Terry Schaefer getting his first professional start tonight as he has made 5 saves on 6 shots. Spencer Martin has looked sharp after being recalled by San Antonio, as he also picked up AHL Netminder of the Week honors as he was sent back down to Fort Wayne. The Comet fans certainly happy to see him back as the Komets start their playoff push. Martin saw 11 shots in that first period, and he stopped 10 of them. And a lot of fans might not recognize Spencer Martin as he has got a new set of pads along with a new mask. as Martin has been sporting that Colorado Avalanche mask all season long, but right now it's just a plain white mask as the Komets gear up for the playoffs that are coming up. And if the Komets were to start the playoffs here tonight, they would be playing Cincinnati in that first round. We'll take a look at the scoreboard, and we'll see what Cincinnati is doing tonight against Toledo. If Cincinnati loses and the Komets win, it will lock up the Midwest Division for the Komets, which means either seed number 2 or seed number 3 in the Western Conference playoffs. And speaking of the playoffs, Quad City would play Missouri, Utah would take on Idaho, and Colorado would be at Allen to start things off in the playoffs. But that's only if things started tonight. We still have another week of the regular season, so a lot will be decided here in the coming week. All right, so we are at the end of the first period of play, so we will take another break. Tied at 1. You are listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Emergency Radio Service is the official radio provider for the Fort Wayne Komets. Communicating with your fleet of vehicles across the state of Indiana just got easier and safer. Turbo Connect from ERS is a wide area two-way radio system offering talk, text, and GPS fleet management throughout most of Indiana. Turbo Connect meets Department of Transportation regulations for hands-free communications and gives you the peace of mind that you can communicate with your fleet without distraction. Reach out to ERS at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584 or online at www.trboconnect.com.
If you're driving down the road and your car dies at the light, you know you've got to make it here, because we can make it right. Bumping, thumping down the road, transmission's about to blow. We're the ones to fix it right. We're the name to know. Russ Moore. Russ Moore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
If you suspect a transmission problem, come in and talk to the trusted leader in customer service for over 50 years, Russ Moore Transmission.
Russ Moore. Russ Moore. Russ Moore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
Call Russ Moore at 482-9414. We're on Coliseum Boulevard West and in Warsaw. Or visit us at russmore.com.
Auto Care on the Go is auto care that comes to you. We built our business from the ground up based on integrity and honesty. Your vehicle will be professionally repaired on site by Auto Care on the Go. Our certified master mechanic team has over 28 years of auto repair experience. Auto Care on the Go will repair your vehicle and your activities never stop. Call 574-200-9945 or visit www.autocareonthego.com. Auto Care on the Go. Proud sponsors of the Komets, an auto mechanic service to fit your busy life. With 16 locations throughout the state, Ruoff Home Mortgage is proud of our hometown Komets team and proud of our roots. For more than 30 years, we've helped thousands of Hoosier families establish their roots with a mortgage loan. When you need a mortgage that is simple and straightforward from a name you can trust, be sure to stop by any of our offices or go to www.ruoff.com. Ruoff Home Mortgage is licensed by the Indiana DFI, license 10994. This is not an offer for extension of credit or a commitment to lend. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum, Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons here tonight as the Komets and Fuel are locked in a good one. We are tied at 1 at the end of one period of play. And Comet fans, you can get the first round playoff tickets that will start on April 15th and 16th right here at home. Not sure who the Komets will play, but they will have home ice in that first round, and you can get those tickets now as they went on sale this morning. Again, right now the Komets would play Cincinnati in that first round, but a lot to be decided as the Komets make their 55th playoff appearance in the 64-year team history of the Komets. That is just incredible. incredible as the Komets again qualifying for the playoffs last week. And if you look a little closer at the Western Conference, nothing is going to be decided at least for another week. The only thing that is for sure is the Missouri Mavericks will be the #1 seed in the Western Conference, and it looks like probably Quad City will be the 8th seed, as right now they have got 74 points. They've got a 5-point lead on Tulsa, who sits in 9th position. But then after that, it's anybody's game. The Komets right now sit at #2 with 84 points. Idaho right behind them with 82. Now, if the Komets and Steelheads, if they tie, the Komets do have the tiebreaker. Now, the Allen Americans right now are in 4th place, and that is the highest they can get. Right now, they've got 83 points, and even though Allen could have finished with more points than Idaho and the Komets, they will still only get that 4th seed because they do not lead their division. Missouri has already wrapped up the division, so they cannot go any higher than 4th. And then you've got Colorado and Utah, each with 80 points. Colorado right now, they've got the tiebreaker, so they are in the 5th position. Utah at #6, and Cincinnati with 79 points are right there in the 7th position. So it could really be Colorado, Utah, or Cincinnati really are the 3 options for the Komets in that first round. And if the Komets play Utah, it will mean the Komets will play a team they have never played before this season, actually at all in the history since the Komets have been in the ECHL, and certainly have not played them this year. So that would be a very interesting first round matchup, as the Komets have not played the Grizzlies this season. And taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, the one game to look at is that Toledo-Cincinnati game. And right now, the Walleye are beating Cincinnati by a score of 2-0 at the end of 1 period of play. Again, if the Komets win tonight and Cincinnati loses, the Komets will clinch the Midwest Division. Other games going on in the ECHL tonight, as just one more Saturday left in the regular season. We have got Norfolk at Reading. They are tied at 1. Kalamazoo up on Greenville 1-0. Orlando up big on South Carolina 4-1 heading into the second period. Allen and Missouri are scoreless. That one is just underway. Brampton and Adirondack are tied at 1. Atlanta is up on Florida by a score of 1-0. And then we have got Wheeling against Manchester as they are playing in Wheeling tonight. And then one more game yet to get underway. Tulsa is at Evansville, and the Icemen will be here at the Coliseum tomorrow afternoon starting at 5 o'clock. And it could be the last time the Komets play a team, or it will be the last time the team from Evansville will play the Komets, as the Icemen are going to go across into Kentucky. They will be dark next season. They will not participate in the ECHL season, but they will be back a year from then, and it will be some incarnation in Owensboro, Kentucky. Not sure if there'll be a name change there, but definitely they will be coming back after a year off. We are tied at 1 here at the Coliseum as we get ready to drop the puck for the second period, as Garrett Meurs the only goal for the Komets, but that is good enough for a tie right now. Meurs is 18th. It came at 15:35, and we are tied at 1 heading into the second period of play here at the Coliseum. We'll take one more break, and then we'll have the puck drop here in the second period. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
The brand new Bar 145 is now open on North Clinton Street right beside Baker Street, and you can enjoy gourmet burgers and even build your own with over 200,000 combinations. Their menu also offers classic bar dishes that have been kicked up a notch. This is the hottest new bar in town with excellent food, craft beers, and perfectly aged bourbon, plus a custom-built patio. The atmosphere is ambient and energetic with live entertainment from the best bands in the Midwest every Friday and Saturday night. Bar 145 is Fort Wayne's first gastropub. Bar 145, burgers, bands, and bourbon.
Whether you're attending college for the first time, hoping to complete the degree you put on hold, or thinking about pursuing a graduate degree to take your career further, your goals are possible at Indiana Wesleyan University. Attend class at our Fort Wayne location or online and reach your full potential without sacrificing your personal priorities. Your future is waiting at iwudegrees.com. IWU. Anything is possible.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
The destination is yours with Excursions Trailways Motor Coach Company. Excursions Trailways operates trips from Indiana and Ohio to destinations in the continental U.S. and Canada. Excursions is the proud official motor coach provider of the Komets, Tin Caps, IPFW, and St. Francis. They provide excellent customer service and clean, well-maintained coaches with courteous professional drivers. Choose your destination and give Excursions a call at 260-485-6167 or visit them on the web at excursionstrailways.com. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Back live at Memorial Coliseum. Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons with you. We are tied at 1. We go to the second period of play as the Komets and Fuel locked in a good one. They'll see each other 2 more times after tonight, next Friday and Saturday, in a home-and-home series that will wrap up the regular season. So a lot on the line here tonight. Komets could wrap up the Midwest Division, but they have got to get a win, and Cincinnati has got to lose. And here we go to start the second period off, tied at 1. It'll be Leo Thomas to take the drop, and the puck is going to be tied up there on the circle. Comes out to the far boards, and the Fuel have it here on the near side. They stick it into the Komet zone. Here is Spencer Martin. He's going to come out, whips it around. Brandon Wong is there for the Fuel. He lost it, and it comes out to the Komets. Here's Meurs, goes off of his skate, comes down to Cody Soul. Silverrod with it. Now he plays it off the boards, plays it up the middle of the ice now, gets it out to Meurs. He tries to thread one through to Leo Thomas, comes out to Crunk. Here's a shot. It goes wide. Meurs on the other end, can't play it. Soul keeps it into the blue line, and now Meurs lost it, and it comes all the way down into the Komet zone. Here's Silverrod. Turns the corner, brings it up ice. He's going to flip one down into the corner. And it comes off the glass, goes back behind the net. Schaafsma takes his man off the play, comes down along the far boards, and floated forward. Here's Corbett near his own blue line. Bats it, goes over to Schaafsma with a nice strong backhander all the way down into the Indianapolis zone. Rolls down in front of the net where it's picked up by the Fuel. That's Petricki with it. He lost it, goes back behind the net, and the Fuel will bring it out. Here's Claire, spins one around here into the corner. And it's Peter Schneider's turn with it, goes to the blue line. And the Fuel are able to clear it free. And Champagny going forward hard in the corner here in the Fort Wayne zone. Here's a centering pass. Nobody there. Comes out to the far wall. Here's the shot, and Martin makes the save.
When Indy gets the puck in our zone, they get in there and forecheck. 3 guys in deep, and they've been very successful. They stole the puck there, threw it back to the point. Pointman stepped in, let the shot go, and Martin had to make a nice save with the glove there. But they're forechecking, very effective as they get in, get the puck, and it's the speed more than the hitting.
And that was Sam Jardine who snuck in the back door with that shot as a face-off in the Komet zone. Here's Friedman to take the drop for the Komets. Comes up to the blue line. The Fuel have it. Here's a shot, and Martin has to snatch it out of the air again.
Lose the draw there, back to the point. Quick shot from the point, and Martin saw it all the way.
And Friedman will be in there one more time. He will face Matt White. And it's tied up on the circle, comes up to the blue line. Jardine with it. He lines one up. His shot goes wide, deflected off of the stick of Bly. Comes back behind the net. Now spun around the far boards. And into the corner. Here's White giving it up. Comes up along the near boards again. Barchuk gets tied up with his man. Denny in there as well. Friedman skates free with the puck along the far boards. Here's Beaupre with a backhander. Gets it into the Indy zone just for a moment. Comes out to the blue line. Now the puck is loose, and it doesn't get over the blue line. And here's Beaupre with a wrister. It's going to go wide and up along the far boards. And now the Fuel trying to break it out again. They cross over the blue line on sides. Here's White with a wrister, and Martin got the blocker up. Out to the far side. Silverrud pins his man up against the glass. Comes back behind the net. Here's White. Gets bumped by Beaupre. And the Fuel have it. Here's a wraparound in front. Martin got the pad out. And now the Komets trying to move it out. Here's Kyle Thomas, who's going to dangle backwards over to Silverrod. Puts it out to Beaupre. And the Komets can't get it out of their own end. Now they play it all the way down, but Claire is there, passes back into the Comet zone. Now Crunk with it, plays it ahead, comes down into the zone. Here's a backhander. We got a first penalty coming up, and it's going to be on Indianapolis.
Oh, interference to the Indy defenseman as the Comet forward breaking towards the net. He got mugged from behind, pulled down, rode to the corner, and he's going to get himself a interference penalty. First power play of the game. Power play goes to the Komets. Let's do it, guys.
And it looks like it's going to be on Colin Murray, who's got the only goal tonight for Indianapolis. He will head to the bin, 2 minutes for interference, and the Komets will have their first power play of the game coming up. Komets power play, they've been atop the league for most of the year. Now they've fallen to number 2 behind Allen. And Indianapolis penalty kill, they are 6th in the league. So we had a nice matchup of units here as the play continues here back behind the Indianapolis net. We're tied at 1 as the puck is going to be sent all the way down the length of the ice. Here's Spencer Martin. He will leave it for Cody Corbett. Corbett will skate behind his own net, plays it off to the captain, Jamie Schaafsma. He can't get around LeVay. Here's Szydlowski. He will carry it in, and he will whip one around up along the far boards to Crowder. Crowder comes up top. Here's a touch pass over to Szydlowski. Takes the shot, and it goes wide. Up along the near of the far boards. Here is Crowder with it. Crowder in front to Montgomery. Poke checked away by Jardine, and it's going to come all the way down. Touched up by Spencer Martin. Gives it up to Cody Corbett. Cross-ice pass. Crowder carries it in up along the near wall. Here's Szydlowski stepping up. Takes a shot.
The rebound.
And Schaefer makes another stop.
Schaafsma got the rebound off of Montgomery's shot. Took it to his backhand. Tried to go high, and the goaltender, Schaefer, got over there, made a nice pad save, and held on to the rebound. But Schaafsma shaking his head, thought he had him.
Now Schaefer making just his second appearance for Indianapolis since being signed on March 23rd. This is his first start after being signed out of Robert Morris University. And Schaefer certainly not intimidated by the Komets. He came up big there as the power play continues. 1:04 to go on the interference call to Colin Murray as Indianapolis promptly sends it all the way down into the Comet zone. That gets us down to 1 minute to go in the power play. Here's Simone Denny playing in his first game for the Komets out of Ferris State. He will bring it up, and he will go right up the middle of the ice. Gets some room, crosses over the blue line. He's onside, and it goes back behind the net, up along the near wall. Meurs out to Thomas. His pass intercepted, and coming in, here's Indianapolis on a shorthanded chance. Nice job by Kyle Thomas getting back on defense as it was Dylan Clark skating free of the crowd. But Thomas, who had the errant pass, got back on D nicely, and the Komets come back. Here's Denny out in front. Back out to Denny at the blue line. Here's a one-timer off the stick of Meurs. And Schaefer coming all the way across and making the stop.
Yeah, they set the man up they wanted. Meurs over here in his off wing at the top of the circle. A nice slide pass right over to one-timer. Goaltender came across and made the glove save that saw it all the way. Didn't have anybody in front of him. So good movement, good pass, good shot.
13 seconds to go on the power play. 15-15 to go in the second period. We are tied at 1. Leo Thomas will take the face-off. And the puck is dropped. Here's Montgomery, who couldn't get a shot. Comes up to the blue line. Silverrud stepping up, going to drop down low. And he sends it over onto the far boards. Here's Crunk with it. Avoids a man, trying to get a little bit of space, and he does. Sets it up, tries to go to Leo Thomas. Pass was intercepted.
All even, 5 on 5.
Comes up to the blue line. Silverrud holds it in, and the penalty expires. Silverrud, cross-ice pass. Back, return pass to Silverrud. His shot, that one goes free as the goaltender never saw it. Comes down into the corner. Jardine with it. Here's a pass, and it's intercepted. Back come the fuel up along the far boards. Silverrud giving chase, goes in deep, gets bumped off the play. Comes back behind the net. Here's a centering pass in front. Martin will grab on and will make the save with 14:30 to go in the second. We're tied at 1. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall, reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time. Because we grind up and spit out scrap, not customers. Find freight advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you in the Fort Wayne area. For locations and a list of metals we buy, visit OmniSource.com or call 855-OmniBuy, 855-666-4289.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Shots in the game are 14-9 in favor of Indianapolis. We're tied at 1 as Jamie Schaafsma brings it into the neutral zone. And now it's sent back the other way. Schaafsma back will send it out to the red line. And the puck now rolling around on the captain. He is able to get it deep into the Indianapolis zone. Here's Schaefer, kicks it into the corner. Tying up along the near wall. Here's Corbett gathering up. He takes a shot. Schaefer makes another save. And it comes along the far wall. Calentone lost it, and the puck rolls down into the Comet zone where Cody Corbett skates in front of his own net. Got a man. Here's Schaafsma. Takes a shot, and Schaefer hanging on with the big glove save.
That's another nice save that this Schaefer's made. He likes that glove. Stands out on that there crease there. That's twice, I think, he's got Schaafsma with pretty good wrist shots coming in on the left wing and snatches it out of the air. Good save. Nice shot.
I'm sure Coach Gary Graham is now telling everybody on the bench to stay away from the glove side.
Yeah. Get it down on the stick side. Let's try for some rebounds.
Montgomery will take the face-off in the Indianapolis zone. And it comes up to the blue line. Here's Silvera, takes a shot, and Schaefer got a piece of it with the glove, but it's still free down in the corner. Comes back behind the net. We got some good hits going on, and the Fuel have it. They come off the boards. And here is Schneider with it. Schneider on the right-hand side. Carries it into the Comet zone. Taken off the play, spinning around. Still on his feet, though. Comes up to the blue lines. He took a couple of hits. Here's Clark with it. Cross-ice pass. Down low. Here's a give and go. Nice shot. And a save made by Martin. Marshall sends it around to LeVay. Kyle Thomas is there for the Komets. He's going to try and stick Andel out of some traffic. Gets it to Cody Soul off of his stick. Now Kyle Thomas comes in, dives across, breaks up the pass. And now Cody Soul has it. He's able to clear it out. Here's Kyle Thomas with it. Barchuk with it. Drops it back. Montgomery, blue line now. Here's a shot by Beaupre, and another glove save by Schaefer.
Yeah, looked like I might have got deflected a little bit in front by Kyle Thomas, but the goaltender, Schaefer, got it in his glove, made the save anyways, but shot from the point, little deflection, nice save.
12:44 to go in the second. We're tied at 1. As Leo Thomas will take the face-off. He will oppose Brandon Wong. And the puck comes up to the blue line. Here's Beaupre. Gives it a look out to Meurs. Meurs top of the circle. Tries to cycle one around to Crunk. And the Fuel are able to clear it out. But Beaupre back on D. Quickly bats it back the other direction. Now Garrett Meurs has it in neutral territory. Poke checked away. And Crunk will play it into the Comet zone. Here's Crunk, the rookie, going in hard for it. He's met there by Sam Jardine. Now he gets some help there from Leo Thomas. Up along the far boards. Here's a centering pass. Nobody there. Comes to the opposite side. And the Fuel have it. Colin Murray comes down into the corner as Meurs is up at it. Here's a big hit again. And everyone throwing the body around. And that was Leo Thomas coming to the defense of his goaltender, or his forward partner there. As it's Gabe Beaupre's turn with it down in the Comet zone. Gets it out to the rookie Denis. Puck rolls down to Schaefer, and Schaefer will just put it in his pocket and get a whistle.
Faceoff will stay in the Indy zone as the Komets had a little pressure on right there. As Meurs got in, played the body, got bumped down pretty good. And then Leo Thomas come in, bumped the defenseman off the puck, threw it back to the point, and a shot on the net. Get in and work hard, guys. Play the body.
Komets definitely more opportunities here in the second period than they had in the first. Still, the score is tied at 1.
6-4 shots on goal. Komets lead this period.
And we await the puck drop in the Indianapolis zone. Comes up to the blue line. Here's Hamannik with the broom. Takes a shot, and Schaefer makes a save, and he gets a whistle.
Nice shot from the point. Got it off quickly. Through a screen, down low into the pads, and Schaefer another save. Good draw there by the Komets. Got it right back. Might have been Montgomery got it out.
Yes, it was. It was Montgomery. Now Komets will get a line change. And Crowder will take the face-off. Comes down into the corner. Now back behind the net is played for Bly. Bly off the boards, got it kicked back the other direction, and picking it up is Ben Marshall. Marshall back out to Bly here on the right-hand side. Got a man. They carry it in. Here's White
and
with
loose.
it. White
Look out.
Trying to hit the man coming in the back door. Martin is crunched as he makes the save, and the Komets not stopping. They bring it in. Here's Crowder in on Schaefer.
Walking right in.
He shoots, a save made. And Martin gets to his feet as play resumes. Comes up along the near wall. Beaupre with it. Out to Sevelrud, or that's Denny rather. And over the blue line, it's played. Szydlowski to Schaafsma. Back behind the net, tries to center it, and it is intercepted by Ciampini. And back come the Fuel. Puck rolling on Cody Corbett.
Here's a break. Here we are.
Here is Schaafsma.
Walking in.
Schaefer shoots, and a pad save made. Rebound comes out, nobody there. Comes out to the neutral zone, and here are the Fuel. Coming out, 3-on-2s, they cross over the blue line. Here's a backhander on Martin, and he will make the save. And
end action right now. Both goaltenders being tested.
That gets us down to 10:39 to go here in the period. And we are still tied at 1. Shane Alberani and Robbie Irons with you here tonight, and we are locked on a good one here at the Coliseum. Komets back in action right here at the Coliseum at 5 o'clock tomorrow to take on the Evansville Icemen.
Both lines changed both teams as we get fresh players on the ice right now.
Comes up to the blue line. Here's a shot by Jardine.
Let's get those draws, guys.
Martin has to make another glove save.
You know, losing too many draws. That puck going right back to the point. They're shooting high, which is an advantage to us. As, of course, Martin, the big goalie, he's able to stand up and see those pucks and get them. So win the draws, guys.
Schaefer goes 6'2", 190. They got Spencer Martin at 6'3", 204. So actually two good-sized goaltenders in there tonight. The Fuel have it in the Comet zone. Here's a centering pass. And Brandon Wong now has it up along the far boards. Comes out to the blue line. Here's a shot. Martin makes the stop. And the rebound corralled into the corner. Out to Cody Soul. Backhander. Here's Garrett Meurs. Played ahead. And up along the far boards. Thomas cannot do anything with it. And it goes all the way back to the Indianapolis blue line. Here's Murray. Gets it into the Comet zone. Tries to push one over onto the far side. And Garrett Meurs has it for the Komets. Under 10 to go here in the second. As Crunk tries to get it deep into the Indianapolis zone. Batted back the other direction. Now it comes out to center ice. Komets have it. Here's Brock Montgomery over the blue line.
Walking in.
Takes a shot, and Schaefer got the blocker up in time. Barchuk tries to get it over to Montgomery. Goes off of his stick and up along the far boards. Indianapolis has it in their own zone. They're able to move it out. Puck now rolling all the way down to Denis. And he tries to feather one out to Montgomery. Comes off of his stick. It'll hit the end boards and cycled back around. Now a centering pass by the Komets. Again intercepted, and back come the Fuel. Into the zone. Ciampini in on Martin. He steers it wide into the corner. And Montgomery met there by a defenseman. Now goes back behind the net. Comes up along the near boards in the Comet zone. High off the glass and into neutral territory. Puck rolling around on Barchuk. Can't do anything with it. Turn back the other direction. Back to the neutral zone where Sean Szydlowski, Komets leading scorer, has got it. Drops it back to Corbett. Corbett back behind the net. He is being shadowed by Ciampini. Now Simone Denny goes back behind his own net. Again, he's double teamed down low. Gets it over to Corbett.
Quick forechecking again by Indy. Causing troubles.
And it comes to the Indianapolis blue line. Up along the far boards. Fuel have it. Here's a cross ice pass. They get it over. Here's LeVay winding up, trying to get around a diving Cody Corbett. He centers it up, and the Komets clear it free. Schaefer comes out, thought about playing it, but he will leave it for Ben Marshall. Marshall goes back behind his own net, goes up along the far boards. Cody Corbett kicks at it, and he keeps it into the Comet zone. Here's Beaupre. 12 minutes have gone by here in the second period. Beaupre with a backhander. And the Fuel have it. Here's Bly with a cross-ice pass. Corbett steps in front of it. Corbett pinned up against the glass by number 14. That's Cody Sharib. Now the puck squirts loose. Here is Schaafsma. Puck rolling on him. Can't get a shot. Now Crowder rips one, and that one goes wide. And it comes out to the Indy blue line. Coming in on the right side. Here's a shot. Martin will make the save, and he will glove it down. And we finally get a whistle. End-to-end play here in the second period. We're tied at 1. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Wake up to a great breakfast at a great price with Tim Hortons' new 2 for $4 breakfast sandwich deal. You get 2 breakfast sandwiches with your choice of sausage or bacon with egg and American cheese on a freshly baked home-style biscuit or English muffin for just $4. Guys, it's a deal so good, I'm on my way over right now. Literally. Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. Great tasting breakfast, amazing coffee. At participating U.S. restaurants. Offer available on breakfast sandwiches for a limited time plus applicable taxes. Single sandwiches at regular price.
Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Comet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186. About the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Back live at the Coliseum as the Comet fans are on their feet as both teams retake the ice off the media timeout. 7:38 to go here in the second period. Shots are 20-16 in favor of Indianapolis, and we are currently tied at 1.
Face-off in the Comet zone right now. After that nice little break, everybody got a breather, ready to go. 7:38 to go. Second period.
Comes up to the blue line, and Marshall cannot keep it in. Here's Schaefer out of the pipes. He will dump it off the boards, and Indianapolis going back to work here in the Comet zone. On the right side, here's Colin Murray, who's got the only goal for the Fuel tonight. His shot goes wide, and it comes into the corner. Coming out to Soul, glove down. Nice play there by the Fuel. Comes up to the blue line, splits the defenders, and out of the zone it goes. On to the right side, the Fuel have it. They get it into the Comet zone deep. Here's Martin. He's got to stop it back behind the net. Plays it out to Kyle Thomas. Out to Leo now. And Leo will get it in deep. Comes off the end boards. And it's gathered up by Trevor Campbell. Campbell will spin it around. And it's Kyle Thomas with the interception. He scores!
Oh, there's a shot.
Kyle Thomas took the puck away. Looks like the defender actually had the angle on him, but Thomas was still able to get his shot off. And what do you know? Not to the glove side.
Well, there's a turnover by Indy just at the blue line, and Kyle Thomas picks it up. All the Indy team going one way. Kyle Thomas picks it up. The transition, fantastic. He had a bit of an angle on the defense and was cutting across, but he let the puck go. Good shot on the stick side. And remember, the stick side, not the glove side, stick side. And he beat the goaltender, and that put us Comets ahead 2-1. Nice shot, Kyle Thomas.
That's Thomas's 14th of the season, his 38th point of the year. And most importantly, it puts the Comets up 2-1 with 6:43 to go here in the second period.
14th of the season, 24, Kyle.
So the Comets go back to work here looking for more as the puck is played down low into the Indianapolis zone, up along the far boards. And skating around is Sharib. Indianapolis has it in their own zone, up along the far boards. Nick Petricki lost an edge there, got the puck, and he comes out of the zone. Here's Kyle Thomas coming on. Schaefer again centers it up and broken up, and Barchuk sneaking in with a big shot, and Schaefer makes the save.
That goal coming at 13-15. Kyle Thomas unassisted, as we thought, on the turnover by Indy at the blue line. Good hustle, good shot. Nice play all the way by Kyle Thomas. He worked hard for that.
Comets 2 goals and no assists on either one of those, as the Comets trying to catch up on
turnovers.
shots.
That's the name of the game tonight.
Face-off in the Indianapolis zone. Tied up on the dot. Comes down low, back behind the net. Here's Schaafsma reaching for it. Gets it into the corner. Up top of the blue line. Here's Hamonic. Hamonic steps up his shot, and Schaefer makes the save. Into the corner, back behind the net. Here's the captain again. Gets taken off the play. This time by Kevin Clare. And the Fuel have it. LeVay cross-ice pass, and that one is deflected into the seats. And gets us down to 5:45 to go here in the second period. We'll take a quick break. You listen to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Here's some good policy from your local independent agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When you insure your home and car with us, you receive a multi-policy discount. And when you add Auto Owners Life Insurance, you get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto Owners Insurance will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
For all your insurance needs, visit Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
5:37 to go in the second period. 2-1 is the score. Comets with the lead. Shane Alberani and Robbie Irons with you here tonight as the Comets looking to wrap up the Midwest Division, but they need a win, and they need Cincinnati to lose here tonight. Face-off in the Comet zone to the right of Spencer Martin. And it comes into the corner where Cody Soul whips it around, comes up to the blue line, where Crunk is able to get it all the way down. That was the inboards and an icing call.
And, of course, 4 more games after this one. 3 at home and 1 on the road. And Comets still plenty of time. Evansville in here tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. So get ready for that one. Then I believe Quad City's here Wednesday. Then another Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday with Indy next weekend.
Face off in the Comet zone to the left is Martin, and it'll be LeVay and Leo Thomas. Thomas kicks it clear into the corner. And up along the near boards. Here's Crunk with it. There's the rookie, plays it up along the wall, and he gets it into the Indianapolis zone. Goes back behind the net where Jardine waits for it. Crunk takes his man off the play hard, comes up to the blue line. Here's Hammond at cross-ice pass. Corbett's got some room. He shoots, and Schaefer makes the save.
Meurs right in front of the net there, muscling the defenseman, trying to create a screen. But it got through. The goalie made the save. Meurs bumped the defenseman off. And as always, right in the middle of all the bumping and banging.
Cody Corbett let one go from the blue line. There was nobody around him.
Nice check by Crunk in the corner there, who hammered that defenseman to get the puck out and get it loose.
Face off to the right of Schaefer. It'll be Friedman, another rookie here in this Comet lineup. Now he's going to get booted out of there. In comes Brock Montgomery. And it comes down into the corner where it is played by the Fuels, Trevor Campbell. And up along the far boards. And the net has been dislodged. The referee does not see it, and now
they do now, the linesman.
Whistle will blow with 4:56 to go in the second. It was the Indianapolis net that was dislodged. So we'll have a moment to reset that. And a face-off coming up in the Comet zone.
Lines will stay the same. Face-off in the Comet zone as the Comets, Friedman will take the draw for the Comets.
Matt White will take the face-off. White, 6 goals on this season. Will stand in there with the rookie. And it comes up to the blue line. Jardine pokes it over to Rhett Bly. Goes back behind the net. Here's Denny with it. Off the glass. Held in at the blue line by Jardine. And now the Comets get it again. Coming over the blue line, it's Montgomery. Drops it back to Friedman. Takes his shot. It's broken up. And it comes back behind the net. Friedman takes a bump, cut off into the corner. Now comes to the opposite side where the Fuel have it. Playing up along the near wall. Here's Rhett Bly. Gets through traffic, sends it over to the opposite side into the far left-hand corner. And it's going to be picked up by the Comets. It's going to be Denny. Throws it in on the goaltender Schaefer, and he will just keep it right there with 4:17 to go in the second period.
20 to 20 shots each by both teams right now. And Indy's coming back a little bit with a few extra shots on goal. The Comets out shooting them right now, 14-9 in this period, and by 1 goal, leading the game 2-1. So keep pumping away, guys. More shots, more goals.
And the Comets have it here. Szydlowski tries to center it to the captain, Schaafsma. That's broken up by Anders Franzen. And up along the far boards, the puck is going to roll all the way down, and that's going to be an icing call. And nope, it's going to be waved off.
It was an offside, delay offside.
Sellerud will pick it up. Goes to Schaafsma off of his backhand and turned back by the Fuel. They play it into the Komets zone up along the far boards. Here's Dylan Clark with it. Whips one around. Schaafsma is on the other end, and the Komets will work it forward. Off the stick of Crowder and into the Indianapolis zone. Here's Franzen with it. Comes on the right side. Comes down into the Komet zone. Murray cannot handle it. Comes out to the blue line. Szydlowski tries to go to Schaafsma. Pass too tall for him, and it comes out to the right side and back into the Komet zone. Martin will stop it. And he leaves it for Seoul with 3:20 to go in the second period. 2-1 is the score. Komets with the lead. Up along the far boards. Here's Meurs dropping the head, trying to muscle his man off the play. Comes out to the blue line in the Indianapolis zone. Meurs has it. Gets around one check. Now he's sandwiched up along the far boards, but look at Meurs working it as he plays it out of the zone. And it's going to be 2-on-2 as they cross over the Komet blue line. Here's Schneider with a backhander. And Martin makes the stop up along the far boards. Komets have it. Here's Meurs breaking free again. Poke checked away. Comes down into the corner. Takes a hit from Claire. Unloads the puck. Here's a centering pass in front. Scores! Leo Thomas.
Yep.
And Taylor Crunk is going to get the assist. What a beautiful pass as he got the puck in the corner off the stick of Meurs. Saul Thomas breaking in, and Leo, the veteran, makes it a 3-1 hockey game.
Yeah, nice work by Meurs going down the wing, getting the puck into the corner. He put it into his feet, circled around with it. Then Crunk come in, knocked the man off the puck, threw it to the goal crease, and that's where Leo was, and he re-tipped it into the net. They go ahead 3-1. Nice goal, three-way passing.
2:41 to go here in the second period. It's 3-1. You are listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Are you special? Every time you see an envelope, do you push it? Well, Partners First Federal Credit Union has the mortgage as unique as you. No more one size fits all. Get fixed or adjustable rates, terms that fit you, and loan servicing that will never be sold. Get the individual attention you deserve from Partners First Federal Credit Union. Visit any of their 7 Fort Wayne area locations.
Promotion runs April 1st through May 31st, 2016. Some restrictions may apply. Standard underwriting guidelines apply. Partners First Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender and is federally insured through the NCUA.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Komets lead at 3-1 with 2:11 to go here in the second period. And Indianapolis going back to work. Here's a centering pass in front of Martin. Broken up by the Komets. Beaupre has it. Sends it out to Montgomery. He carries it into the zone. He tries to get through the defense. Rolls on him. Schaefer is going to kick it into the corner. Now working it is Jardine, and Montgomery comes up to the blue line. Soul cannot hang on to it. The puck comes down. Sellerud has it for the Komets. Going to go back behind his own net here on the left side. Plays it all the way into the Indianapolis zone. Franzen is there for Indianapolis. He gets chased by the captain, Schaafsma. And down on the right side, here's Colin Murley. Gets cut off by Szydlowski. Here's Szydlowski over the blue line. Coming in on Schaefer. Takes the shot. Knocked down by the defenseman. Comes up top of the blue line. Here's Sellerud to Schaafsma. Return pass to Sellerud. Now it goes back to Schaafsma here on the left side. And he is going to drop one over to the opposite corner. Waiting for it is Dylan Clark, and he is able to get it out of the zone. Sellerud has it at his own blue line. Brings it into the Komet zone, or the Indianapolis zone, as Schaefer will get it over onto the far side. Here's Petricki.
Last minute of the period.
As Schaafsma has it, top of the circle. Out to Szydlowski. Szydlowski pushes it over to Schaafsma, and he gets it over to Crowder along the far board. Crowder spins around into the corner, comes out to Szydlowski. Back behind the net. And back over to Schaafsma, down low, down to Crowder. Back out to Szydlowski on the near wall. Szydlowski working it, gets around LeVay, out to Crowder, takes the shot, and Schaefer makes the save.
Good hard work, forechecking the Komets again. Right in there, Schaafsma, Szydlowski, get the puck over to the centerman, and Crowder lets the shot go.
Great patience there by the Komets. They were just able to dangle it around the zone there. Seemed like forever before they got that scoring chance.
Yeah, that was about 40 seconds, and good forechecking, puck control in the Indy zone. Line change.
Gets down to 26 seconds to go in the period. Komets up 3-1.
Leo Thomas in for the draw.
So both Thomases with the goal here tonight. Leo got the third one. He wins the draw into the corner. And here's Crunk with it up along the far boards. Comes up to the blue line. Here's a shot by Beaupre, and the glove of Schaefer not hurt at all after giving up that third goal, as he's still pretty quick with the leather.
Yeah, that shot came from the point. Nice shot by Beaupre, down low, but nobody in front to deflect it. Goaltender saw it, caught it.
Leo Thomas will take the face-off with Matt White.
A little bit of pumping going on here. Crunk's going to go at it.
It's Crunk and Marshall. But play will resume as the puck comes down into the Comet zone. It's going to come right to Martin, and he will just put it in his pocket and get a whistle. Martin has been sharp here tonight, as we'll see what Coach Gary Graham comes in with the playoffs, if it's going to be tandem goaltenders, or they're just going to go with one of them. Pat Nagel would be the obvious choice, but Spencer Martin keeps up the good play. It's going to be a hard decision.
Yeah, I would think he's got to rotate him at least through the end of the season, and then whoever they end up meeting, then they'll have to look at the records and see who's played against who. So a lot of decisions to be made.
And here's a shot from the point. It's going to be golfed wide. Comes down to the near wall, and that'll do it for the second period of play as Marshall touches it up. At the end of 40 minutes here at the Coliseum, the Komets lead at 3-1, and Robbie, a very different second period as the Komets came out a little more aggressive, and again, not facing a goaltender you've never seen also plays into that, and it seems like they maybe figured out Schaefer a little bit.
Well, I think the turnovers changed around quite a bit. 2 goals the Komets did get were turnovers by Indy right at their own blue line. The Komets reversed it, went right back in and got the goals from them, so they worked hard. They took the chances on the turnovers and everything like that. 17 shots to 10, a little better than the first period, being outshot 11-6 in that period. So shooting the puck, getting some more chances, and they worked a heck of a lot harder in that period. You saw that last shift of Schaafsma and Szydlowski out there. They held that puck in the Indy zone for well over 35 seconds, forechecking, and ended up getting a nice shot on goal.
Komets very opportunistic there in that second period, and it leads to a 2-goal lead heading into the third period. 3-1 is the score. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Save on gasoline and get free Comet Hockey tickets. Get a Marathon Visa card at any Marathon station and earn up to 25 cents per gallon rebate. Also, pick up a Komets fill-up card and earn a buy one, get one free ticket offer to any Friday night regular season home game. At Marathon, you can earn a 25 cents per gallon savings on gas and a free game ticket. Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
WOWOAM, Fort Wayne.
Hey, we have some good news for the new year. Eating a little better just got a lot easier. Because Applebee's took grill and bar favorites you love and made them a little better for you. Stop by today and try our new grilled onion sirloin with stout gravy, shrimp wonton stir fry, or hot shot whiskey chicken, starting at $9.99. All of the bold flavor, less of the calories. Only at Applebee's. Price and participation varies.
Bees Late Night means half-price select appetizers. Unwind with us Sunday through Thursday after 9 p.m.
Have you had an MRI and later were shocked by the high cost of your copay? Your out-of-pocket insurance cost can be 3 times higher depending on where you go. Call us first. Find out your estimated costs before your exam. And if you don't have insurance, pay as little as $4.25. Why pay more? It's your choice where you go. Choose from our 3 locations: Auburn, Decatur, or Fort Wayne Open MRI on Lake Avenue.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Pass on your love of gardening to your children by letting them explore the garden with Midwest Gloves and Gear's full line of Nickelodeon products. SpongeBob, Dora, Diego, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are featured in Midwest's Nickelodeon line of products, including gloves, hats, watering cans, buckets, tools, and much more. When you need gloves and gear, Think Midwest Gloves and Gear. Chillicothe, Missouri. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum, Shane Albarani with you here tonight. Komets are up 3-1 on Indianapolis as we were tied at 1 at the end of one period of play, but the Komets net 2 goals in that second period to give them the 2-point lead heading into the third period. Colin Murray opened up the scoring in the first period, his 9th of the season. Dylan Clark and Brandon Wong, the helpers on that goal. It came at 11:32 of the first, and the equalizer came from the Komets. Garrett Meurs, his 18th of the year, and that one was unassisted. And the next Komet goal was also unassisted as Garrett Meurs, his 14th of the season, that came at 13:15 of the second period. And then Leo Thomas, his 4th of the year at 17:19 of the second period. Taylor Crunk and Garrett Meurs picking up the assists. Meurs now has 2 points tonight as we've just had one penalty call tonight. Colin Murray picked up a 2-minute interference call at 2:57. And Schaefer for Indianapolis, the goaltender, has seen 24 shots, made 21 saves. Spencer Martin has been spectacular for the Komets. He has seen 21 shots, and he has stopped 20 of them. And our official attendance tonight is 7,193, so a nice crowd here on the second to last Saturday night regular season game here at the Coliseum, as the Komets will play Evansville tomorrow here at 5 o'clock. And it's a very special night as it is 4 for 55 Sunday, and this is an incredible deal as you get a 4-pack of tickets all in the upper arena, and you also get 4 hot dogs, 4 soft drinks, and 4 chips for only $55, and that is tomorrow. It is also Wendy's family night for the free open skate after the game as the Komets take on Evansville for the very last time, as actually forever, as Evansville not going to be in the league next year. They will be dark for a season before as they transition over into Kentucky, and they will return in a couple of seasons. So Komets and Evansville for the last time tomorrow at 5 o'clock on 4 for 55 Sunday. And speaking of tickets, you can get your 2016-2017 season tickets right now. They are on sale for the 65th anniversary of Komet Hockey. You want to call the Komet office or go to komets.com for all that information. Right now you can save over 30% off those season tickets, and it is a great entertainment value for everybody. So get those tickets for the special 65th anniversary of Komet Hockey next year, 2016-2017. Call the Komets at 483-0011 for all that ticket information. Now, the next Komet home game will be Wednesday the 6th, and it is the final Deuces Wild Wednesday of the season when the Komets take on Quad City. Get 2 tickets for just $22. You save $16 on those 2 tickets. Also $2 beers and $2 sodas all night long. That is this Wednesday, April 6th against Quad City. And the Komets do not have a playoff opponent as of yet, but those tickets are on sale for the very first round of the Kelly Cup playoffs. They're looking to start here at home on April 15th and April 16th. That's a Friday and Saturday. And right now, the Komets would face Cincinnati, but of course, a lot has yet to be determined here in this final week. And speaking of the out-of-town scoreboard, we'll take a look at that as we come back from break. You are listening to Komet Hockey here on WOWO.
Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has added some new members to the team. Introducing the all-new Renegade with legendary Jeep performance and incredible fuel economy, starting at $17,995 minus incentives. Also now on the starting lineup is the all-new redesigned Ram Rebel. With its striking design and powerful standard engine, this is a new crowd favorite with a muscle to back it up. The new scrapper on the team is the all-new Dodge Hellcat. With 707 horsepower, this secret weapon will leave the competition wondering what hit them. Daniel is a proud sponsor of Komet Hockey, and we invite all the fans to come experience the difference in your next car buying experience. See the complete lineup of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all at O'Daniel on Illinois Road next to Meyer, or online at o'DanielAuto.com.
If you treated your smartphone like greasy fast food treats your body...
Should I hang the picture here?
A little higher. Yeah, perfect.
I'll get the hammer.
No, don't be silly. I'll use my phone.
Wait!
You'd have no way to watch cat videos. So say no to greasy fast food and treat your body to the new rotisserie-style chicken sandwich from Subway. Made with tender, hand-pulled, all-white meat chicken raised without antibiotics. With your choice of fresh veggies on freshly baked bread. The Subway Sandwich Shop. Fresh is what we do.
Here's some good policy from your local independent agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When you insure your home and car with us, you receive a multi-policy discount. And when you add Auto Owners Life Insurance, you get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto Owners Insurance will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
For all your insurance needs, visit Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum. Shane Albarani here tonight. The Komets lead it by a score of 3-1 over Indianapolis. If the Komets hang on and get the win here tonight and Cincinnati loses against Toledo this evening, the Komets will have wrapped up the Midwest Division title. And of course, it's nice to get a playoff spot, but as you heard in the interview before the game, that was never the goal for Coach Gary Graham. That was the expectation, but the goal was to win the division. And right now, the Komets are looking good because Cincinnati is losing to Toledo by a score of 3-0, and that game going to the third period as well. And the Komets right now are up 3-1. As we take a look at the rest of the scoreboard, we have got Norfolk and Reading, 3-2 game there. Reading over the Admirals again, 3-2. Adirondack 2, Brampton 1. That one is in the third period. Kalamazoo is hanging on to their playoff hopes as they are winning at Greenville by a score of 2-1. It is 2-0 Atlanta over Florida. That one is going to the third period of play. We are tied at 4. This game was 4-1 at one time. Orlando at South Carolina, as Orlando was beating up on the Stingrays, but the Stingrays have now pulled even. 4-4 with 12:45 to go in the third. And again, another update here from Cincinnati. It is still 3-0, and they are going to the third period of play, as we've got Manchester taking on Wheeling tonight. And right now, Wheeling has got the edge by a score of 2-1. That one also going to the third period. Tied at 1 are Allen and Missouri. That one just underway in the second period. Tulsa and Evansville tied at 1, as Tulsa is still trying to hang on, trying to get to that 8th spot in the Western Conference. They now currently trail Quad City by 5 points, as the Oilers looks like their playoff hopes are being dashed by the moment. They are currently tied at 1 with Evansville. We've got Alaska and Utah just underway. No score. No score. Idaho at Colorado, and then Wichita and Rapid City. Also no score, as that one has just got underway as well. So once again, we are 3-1 here in the second period. Komets up, and you are listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Hey girls, want to go to a group class at Speece tonight? I think I'm headed to spin class. The upbeat music and the energetic instructors help me enjoy exercising.
Well, I want to go to yoga. There's nothing better than a calming workout after a stressful day at the office.
I've heard they have Aqua Zumba, but I don't have a Speece membership. How can I try to see if I like it?
Simply bring your Komet ticket stub to receive a free 1-week trial. With over 100 group class times, Speece Fitness has a variety of classes to fit anyone's schedule and fitness routine. All group and aqua classes are free to members. Speece Fitness is the premier club offering the most services and amenities in Fort Wayne. In addition to the clean, spacious facility and amazing staff, Speece also offers flexible membership plans, corporate and insurance discounts, and affordable child care. Visit Speece Fitness, located conveniently off I-69, and bring your Komet ticket stub to receive a free 1-week trial.
Once upon a galaxy in a world far, far ago.
This party is lame. There's no cool kids here.
But Dad, you plan the party.
You're right. I'm tired of being in the doghouse. The other dads are laughing at me and throwing cats. That's seriously bad.
Since Father Figure was concerned with his approval rating, he knew he needed to act fast.
We need someone to bring the fun stat.
How about me, kids?
Get out of here, you. You're back poop crazy. And besides, I'm 43.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
Well, we dodged a rubber chicken with that one.
Now, since Father Figure had incurred the wrath of the clown mafia, he knew he needed to overcompensate and get some cool points fast. Oh, yes. Cool points are like gold. Pretty shiny gold.
I need to call Tag Art. Give me that phone, Joey.
It's Tommy.
That's what I said, Frank. I'm dialing 456-6999.
With that, Father Figure was instantly connected to Tag Art, where a whole list of service options were laid out before him. Caricatures, face painting, costume characters, stilt walkers, and beyond. No pressure, no egos, and all local talent. Tax-paying artists, only.
And no more flying cats.
Father Figure further learned of Tag Art's website, tagartcompany.com, where he could see samples of work and not just trust a stranger with a great phone voice.
He did have a great phone voice.
So the next time you need to bring the fun to your party, college, office, mitzvah, reception, or general wacky-doo shindig.
They do wacky-doo too?
They truly do. For you too. No poo. So get the tag team, and you'll know why they say, Tag, we're it.
Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Comet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186. About the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum.
O'Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the values you've been looking for on all the new 2016 models. Starting at $16,405, the all-new 2016 Dodge Dart is already a bestseller with great fuel economy and sporty looks. Now get incredible savings and low monthly payments on this new model. The Ram 1500 pickup, two-time truck of the year with more power and guts than any other truck on the market. With its striking design and powerful standard engine, this is one tough truck. Also, check out our new line of commercial Pro Master vans for all your work needs. Chrysler has perfected the family vehicle with the Chrysler Town & Country. 7-passenger seating, dual TV, satellite radio, and all with a great price and exceptional value. See the complete lineup of new Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram trucks, all at O'Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Illinois Road next to Meijer, or online at o'danielauto.com.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum. Shane Albarani here tonight, and the Komets up 3-1 as we head to the third period of play here between the Komets and the Fuel. Komets will see Indianapolis 2 more times before the regular season expires. Next Friday and Saturday. Friday in Indianapolis and Saturday here at home. Now, when leading after 2 periods of play, the Komets have been perfect this season, 25-0. When trailing after 2 periods of play, Indianapolis has yet to gain a victory. They are 0-25 when losing after 40 minutes of play. Okay, we'll see what the final 20 minutes of play have in store for us. We'll take one more break, and then we'll have the drop of the puck in the third period here at the Coliseum. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Hey, it's me, your checking account. Listen, there was some suspicious activity like a week ago. Yeah, I meant to tell you earlier, but I forgot. Sorry.
We were curious. Wouldn't you rather have a checking account that puts you in the know faster and helps stop account fraud faster? Open a Fifth Third checking account with instant alerts at 53.com/alerts and get transaction notifications right to your phone. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank. Member FDIC. $50 minimum deposit to open a checking account. Mobile data and text message charges may apply. Contact provider for details, subject to internet banking terms and conditions.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital and Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Knob Brick Company carries hundreds of styles of brick, literally something for every taste. With the change in the seasons, it's good to know that Knob also offers a wide variety of fireplaces, many of them Heat and Glow's finest, to add style to your home and warm it up on those cold evenings. They can even put a Heat and Glow insert into your existing fireplace to make it more efficient. Be sure to check out their fireplace showroom for some design design ideas. Knob Brick is located on Fort Wayne's north side, not far from the Spees Fieldhouse. For a great heat and glow fireplace or that perfect brick for your home, see Knob, N-O-B, Knob Brick.
It's Chevy Truck Month. What do you want in a family of trucks? Dependability? Capability? Best-in-class available V8 fuel economy? What if you can get all of this and more? Meet the all-new 2016 Silverado 1500, the new face of strong. Now during Truck Month, see why Chevy is the fastest-growing pickup brand. See your Northeast Indiana and Ohio Chevy dealers. Best-in-class fuel economy with 5.3-liter V8 engine. EPA estimate 16 city, 23 highway MPG two-wheel drive based on latest year-to-year sales growth.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
We've got a fresh 20 minutes up on the scoreboard here at the Coliseum as the Komets look to finish up the fuel here in this third period. 3-1 is our score. The Komets look a lot better there in that second period as we start the third period of play. Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons with you here tonight.
Definitely improved a lot of things. Out shooting them 17-10 and outscoring them 2-0 in that period, giving them a 3-1 lead. So improved a lot of things, but they got to play a solid third period against this Indy team.
And this Indy team has played well. They had some great scoring chances. So long way from over as play starts up here in the third period. And it's going to be Sharib carrying it into the Comet zone. Comes up along the near boards. And it's turned back around by Sharib. It's going to be stopped by Martin. And he leaves it for Gabe Beaupre. Beaupre, the backhander, comes out to Kyle Thomas. Long cross-ice pass, and that will be an icing. So the Komets get whistled for that one, and we'll come down and have a face-off in the Comet zone just underway here in the third period. 19:35 to go in the game. Komets up 3-1.
Indy didn't like what they saw on the ice. They make the line change. Komets stay pat as they go with the same lineup as they started the period with.
Trevor Campbell to take the face-off.
Friedman in there for the Komets.
And the puck is dropped, and it comes up along the far boards. Here's a shot on Martin. It goes wide, comes up top of the blue line. Here's a shot. Martin comes out. He comes out above the crease and will snatch it out of the air.
Yeah, Gary didn't like that shift right there. Friedman lost the draw, went back to the point. It generated a shot, and that was enough for that. Changed the lineup. Started fresh again in the Comet zone. Leo Thomas out there right now, it looks like. No, it's
Leo.
Crowder. Crowder?
Nope, it's Leo.
Oh, Leo
gets it. Yep. And here's the shot from the point. Goes wide. Turnaround shot by LeVay. That one's knocked away. Comes up to the blue line. Here's the shot. Whistled past the glove of Martin. And it's going to come all the way down to the Indianapolis end. Petricki with it up along the near boards, carries it into the Comet zone, and it comes out to Hamonic. Hamonic off the glass, gets it caught up in the legs of Corbett, and it comes free to Campbell. Campbell turns the corner, gets past Garrett Meurs, comes into the corner. Martin whips it around up along the far side. Spun around up along the boards. And here's a pass intercepted by the Komets. It's Hamonic with it up along the far boards. Takes his time as he dangles one in. And it comes back behind the net. Fuel Habit. And they're going to come all the way down. That's going to be an IC. Nope, it's going to be touched up. Murray gets to it first. Here's Soul, comes up to the blue line. And here is Crowder with it. 3-on-2 as they cross over the blue line. Crowder in front right in. Comes the backhander, and that one's broken up. We got a penalty call. That's going to be on Indianapolis.
Slashing to Crowder as he cut to the line. Now, he had Szydlowski and he had Schaafsma break into the net. He slowed down as they went to the net. The defense followed them. Crowder went in behind the two of them as a screen, found himself all by himself with the goaltender, and all of a sudden he got chopped and prevented him from getting a pretty good shot on the net. So, second power play of the game, Komets have it.
Dylan Clark, 2-minute slashing, and the Komets again go on the power play for the second time tonight. This is just the second penalty called all night long. As here's Indianapolis on a penalty kill. Here's White bringing it down the ice. Comes up along the far boards. Crowder cuts him off. And here come the Komets on the attack. Crowder crosses over the blue line. His man falls down, comes out to Corbett, winds up, shoots, and it goes off the post. It's loose in front.
Off the crossbar, I believe.
Referee blows the whistle. Actually, it went off the far post, and it came back and it hit Schaefer in the back of the leg, and it almost trickled in.
Crowder from the point. What a blast that was. Off the post, right into the goaltender's back, and it doesn't go in the net. That's what's astonishing about it. Hit and went right down into him. So still power play time, but a good scoring chance right there. Don't put it in.
And that was Cody Corbett, who with a big blast. Big left-handed shot.
He's shaking his head right now.
Not sure how that didn't go in as we see the replay up here on the scoreboard.
There it is.
Somehow it stayed out.
Yeah, Schaafsma couldn't get the rebound. It was hanging there for a second. The defenseman grabbed onto him.
And here's Garrett Meurs down low to Kyle Thomas. Komets still working on the power play. Nobody on the point. And it comes all the way down to the Comet zone. Simone Denny will run it down, gets it out to Friedman. And Friedman will turn the corner, bring it back up ice. Cuts it back on the right side, gets over the blue line, spins it around, comes down into the corner. Indianapolis is there to defend it. Franzen up along the far boards, and it comes out of the zone. Denny has it over to Friedman, and Friedman cross-ice pass to Meurs. Meurs over the blue line, gets through the defenders, can't get a shot off as he was a little off balance there. Comes down into the corner for Kyle Thomas. He whips it around and coming up to the blue line, and the net's off, and that will draw a whistle.
Meurs, of course, at the goal crease, colliding with everybody. The net goes flying off, and that forces the face-off and a whistle in the Indy zone.
17-11 now to go in the third. And the Komets up 3-1. We got 52 seconds to go in the power play for the Komets, as currently Dylan Clark is sitting out 2 minutes for slashing. Face off to the right of Schaefer, and the Komets have it. Here's Szydlowski with a backhander. Montgomery behind the net. Him and Jardine come together. Montgomery wins that battle. Comes up along the far boards. Has Corbett sneaking up, winding up, and Schaefer got the left pad out in time.
Nice toe save.
Now the Fuel have it. Here's Campbell with it. Has a man, Chimpani, over the line. His shot is blocked. 29 seconds to go on the power play, and here is a shorthanded chance for Indianapolis. Up along the far boards, it's LeVay. Lost it to Montgomery. Montgomery avoids a hack from LeVay, gets it into the Indianapolis zone. He will spin one off the glass, comes down into the corner, and it's Crowder fighting for it. Up along the far boards, comes up to the blue line. LeVay with it, gets around Montgomery again, and that will do it for the power play. Komets get a couple of nice chances, but it yields
all even, 5-on-5.
Yields 0 goals, and we stay at 3-1. Into the corner. Here's Corbett. And what do we got? Linesman calls blows the whistle.
Yeah, I don't know what he was blowing that about, unless it was a high stick or something. Well, too many men on the ice.
That's what the linesman's going to call. And it's going to be on the Komets, it appears. So we're still figuring this one out.
Yeah. Indy, too many men on the ice. Yeah, Indy, too many men on the ice. The linesman called it. He didn't give any hand signals or anything like that, man. He skated back down into the Indy zone.
Well, he was waving his fingers saying 6, but he didn't say who was on. So,
yeah.
It goes
power play, Komets again. Come on, guys. Make one happen here.
Komets 0 for 2 on the power play, and they go back to work here up 3-1. Here's Bly bringing it into the Indianapolis zone. He stops, comes over, cross-ice pass, top of the circle. Here's a shot. Martin the save, and it comes out to Kyle Thomas. Thomas needs some help. He was starting to chug down the ice, but didn't have anyone around him, and now he's got to retreat back into his own end. And here's Denis with it. Over to Meurs. Meurs gets hip-checked off the play. Gets it out to the blue line, held in, coming down low. Here is Kyle Thomas. He comes to the top of the right circle, now comes up to the point. Cross-ice pass, he's got a man, and now comes over to Friedman. Friedman at the blue line, goes down low. He had Meurs, comes off of his tape, and Meurs pinned up against the glass. Him and Franzen fighting for it. Komets come away with it. Here's Denis with it.
Good shot, guys.
Meurs with it, back out to Denis. Thought about the shot, goes down low to Friedman, and it is taken away by Petricki. He gets it into the Komet zone, goes back behind the net. Here's Martin over to, that is Denis. Goes back behind the net to Meurs. Cross ice pass. 14:51 to go in the period. Here's Crowder getting behind the D. Gets spun off the play. Comes down into the corner. Goes back behind the net. Up along the far boards. Here's Szydlowski at the blue line. Sid gets around a man. Comes up. Steps up in the high slot. Drops it down low. Has Montgomery. Montgomery pushes it ahead. Comes out to Schaafsma. Captain goes back behind the net to Crowder. 22 seconds to go on the power play. Corbett with a shot. It ricochets wide. Szydlowski up along the far boards, out to Montgomery up top of the blue line. Crowder down low again, cross ice pass. Here's a shot, score! Szydlowski.
Yeah, they moved it around. They finally found Szydlowski on the far side where he likes it. He faked the shot, then cut to the center. Everybody converges on the net. He picked the short side and put it in on the goaltender. Power play goal. Komets go ahead 4-1.
23rd of the season for Sean Szydlowski, his 72nd point of the year, and gives the Komets a 4-1 lead here in the third period. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Emergency Radio Service is the official radio provider for the Fort Wayne Komets. ERS is a Motorola partner in Fort Wayne, providing wireless voice and data systems that allow organizations across Indiana to operate their businesses more efficiently. Reach out to ERS at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584. Or online at www.ers2way.com. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Komets showing ultra patience there on that power play. Sean Szydlowski gets the goal, his 23rd of the season. Komets now got a stranglehold on this game, up 4-1. And Indianapolis carries it into the Komet zone. Here's a shot on Martin, and the Komets looking for more.
Komets.
Here is shot by Barchuk, and Schaefer making the save, and he hangs on.
Nice shot by Barchuk. He had two men coming up late, but he elected to take the shot. He got it on the net, and the goaltender made the save. Crowder gets the assist, and also Corbett get assist on the goal by Szydlowski, his 23rd of the season at 5:43.
13:24 to go in the third. And play resumes down in the Indianapolis zone. 4-1 is the score. Komets with the lead. Fuel play it forward into neutral territory. Puck rolls out to the far boards. Now into the Komet zone it's played. All the way down, and here we go. Here's Montgomery in on Schaefer. He shoots, and he makes the save.
Nice high shot off the shoulder, breakaway.
Jim Panny has it for Indianapolis. Over to LeVay, cross ice pass. Here's a shot on Martin. It goes high above the crossbar. On the opposite side, here's Kyle Thomas. Out on the right side to Hamonic. It's broken up, comes down into the corner. Here's Corbett with it, goes off the boards. And it comes all the way down into the Indianapolis zone. Sam Jardine. Up the ice goes to Callan Tone. He carries it into the Komet zone. They're on sides, but can't keep it there very long. And now they're off sides. And the whistle's going to blow, and a face-off will be just outside the Komet blue line.
Komets back at it tomorrow night, 5 o'clock. Evansville in town. Need another nice win there to keep the momentum going. 4 games left.
Komets have won 2 in a row, so this will be a 3-game winning streak if everything holds up. And the Fuel have it in the neutral zone. Here's Beaupre, takes Bly off the play. Here's Denny in the corner, goes back behind the net. And the rookie will dig it out. Out to Crowder, his pass intercepted. Here's Bly stepping up, takes a shot, and that one's deflected by Beaupre. And Gabe Beaupre, we'll have the end-of-season awards coming up, and of course we have the Unsung Hero Award. And if Gabe Beaupre doesn't get that, it'll be shocking, because he's one of those guys who doesn't light up the scorer's sheet, but he does every little thing right.
Yeah, he likes to play the body quite a bit, and he's improved quite a bit.
Comes up along the far boards after the face-off in the Komet zone. Comes out to Sean Szydlowski. He dishes off to Denis. Now drops it back to Szydlowski. Back over on the other side. Here's a shot. Schaefer makes the save.
Right to the net.
Up along the far boards. Claire with it. Has to go back behind his own net. Goaltender has to play it out in front. Here's Szydlowski. And Schaefer, it was misplayed there. And Schaefer was able to get a stick on it. Comes back behind the net. Here's Schaafsma with a wraparound attempt. Sent it through the blue paint. Up along the far board, Szydlowski. Out to Schaafsma. Taken away by Bly. Lost the puck. Comes down to the blue line. Double run over to Cody Soul. Steps up, has Szydlowski again. His backhander picked off. And coming back the other direction with 11:24 to go in the game. Komets up 4-1. Coming down low. Here's Murray with a shot, and it rolls right to Spencer Martin. And he'll get a whistle and a face-off coming up. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
The Fort Wayne Holiday Inn, next to the Memorial Coliseum, is the official hotel of the Fort Wayne Komets. The hotel has special Comet hockey packages that include deluxe room accommodations, plus 2 tickets to a Komets home game. Enjoy dinner before the game at the Mastodon Grill, or a drink after the game in the Faculty Lounge. With 6,000 square feet of banquet facilities, the Fort Wayne Holiday Inn is perfect for your holiday parties. Call 482-3800.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Spencer Martin making a quick save off the face-off, and it gets down to 11:09 to go in the third.
Another nice intercepted pass by Indy just inside the Comet blue line, resulted in a pretty good shot on net. And they take away that center. They've intercepted a lot of passes tonight. Mix up on the face-off. They'll do it again.
It'll be Leo Thomas who's got a goal here tonight. He'll be in there with Brandon Wong.
Trying to get it right this time. This is the third time at it. Oop,
and
now we'll go to fourth time.
And Leo now getting a little frustrated in there.
Yeah, they haven't thrown anybody out yet. There they go.
And Leo wins it. Comes back behind the net. Soul bumps his man off the play. Comes up along the far wall. And out to the blue line. Here's a shot. And Martin cannot glove it down. So we'll continue here. Now up along the near boards. Cody Soul will wing one around. And Crunk on the other end. Leaves it for Leo Thomas. Cross-ice pass too tall for Cody Soul. He's cut off on the play, but the Komets get it back. Here's Garrett Meurs. He avoids a check, but the puck rolls off of his stick. Comes up along the near boards. Cody Soul with a backhander off the stick of Crunk and out of the zone. Schaefer will play it back behind the net. He will leave it for his defenseman, Anders Franzen. And Franzen will take his time. Gives it a look. Comes up along the near side. Has LeVay. LeVay drops it back into his own zone, comes out, and here's Champagny getting around Kyle Thomas, sends one through the goal crease, and it comes onto the opposite side, and now it comes out to Kyle Thomas.
Man breaking in the net.
Over the blue line. Here's the shot. It goes off the blocker of the goaltender, and a rebound, and Schaefer hanging on with the glove.
Yep. Throw it at the net. Throw it at the net. First had to make a pad save, and then had to make the glove save to keep the puck out. Komets, good pressure, good rebound.
10 minutes have passed here in this third period. Komets looking pretty good. 4-1 is our score. Komets now out shooting the Fuel by a mark of 31-27. And the face-off coming up into the Indianapolis zone to the right of Schaefer. Here's Szydlowski up along the far boards. Sid trying to get around White. Goes down low. Here's Crowder going in for it. Crowder pinned up against the glass by Trevor Campbell. Comes up along the far boards. Gabe Beaupre got it taken off of his stick. And a nice defensive play by Szydlowski coming back. Comes off the boards. Here's Crowder. Cross-ice pass goes between the wickets of Schaafsma. Leaves it for Beaupre. Goes back behind the net. Here's Schaafsma with it. Schaafsma gives him a look. Comes in front of the net. Puck rolling on him. Couldn't get a shot off. And up along the far boards. And Indianapolis will carry it out. Here's Sharib. Taken off the play by Denis. And comes out to the center line. Up along the far boards, the puck rolls around, and it is gathered up by number 22, Ben Marshall. He will turn the corner, bring it back up the ice as Denis kicks at it, comes back the other direction, and back come the Fuel. They carry it over the Comet blue line. They're on sides. Here is a long cross-ice pass broken up by the Comet. Szydlowski lost it. The Komets maintain possession. Here's Crunk, gets it in deep. Leo Thomas digs for it in the corner. Him and Claire come together back behind the net. And now Crunk in there to help out. Comes up along the far boards. It is played by Dylan Clark. Clark drops it back. And the Fuel have it in their own zone with 8:38 to go in the third. 4-1 Komets. And it's played ahead. Out to neutral territory, up along the far boards. Big hit. Leo Thomas hits the deck as the puck comes down to Spencer Martin. Martin will stop it, and he will leave it for Cody Soul. Soul up along the far boards. Cross-ice pass broken up. Rolls down into the Indianapolis zone. Picked up by Franzen. And Franzen plays it all the way down to the Comet end. Cody Corbett with a backhander. And back behind the net to Corbett again. To Hamonic at the blue line. And the Fuel have it back in their own end. Now the puck just being batted around here. Yep. And now finally Indianapolis gets it into the Comet zone. Here's a shot. Martin with the save. A rebound. Comes down into the corner. LeVay up along the near wall.
Close checking. Everybody banging each other.
Now out to the blue line. Franzen cannot hang on to it, and it rolls back down to the Indianapolis end. Coming back after it is Schneider, and in on Martin. Comes off the end boards. Cody Corbett has it. He goes all the way into the Comet zone. Here's Kyle Thomas with a backhander, and Schaefer got a piece of it. And it comes up along the near wall. Denis tries to get it in deep. Back come the Fuel. They get it over the Comet blue line. They're on sides. And now it comes back behind the net.
Crowder helping out.
Picked up by Crowder. His pass intercepted. And snapping off a wrister is Bly, and a save made by Spencer Martin. 6:57 to go in the third. Comets are up 4-1. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Want to live a healthier life? You don't need to train for a marathon to do it. Even small changes can help you feel better. And at Parkview, it all starts with one word: go. Go for a walk. Go spend time with friends. Go do something simple right now to improve your well-being and take the Parkview Go Challenge. It's all about creating balance in your life. Mind, body, spirit, and community. For more healthy ideas, log on to parkviewgo.com. Parkview, your partner in health.
Trust the doctors at IPFW Athletics and the Fort Wayne Komets Trust. Aaron Chiropractic is well known for providing quality yet cost-effective care for sports injuries, muscle, and joint problems. They're one of the only clinics in the region to provide its patients with pain relief utilizing numerous therapies, including acupuncture, massage, and rehabilitation. Aaron Chiropractic is conveniently located in Northeast Fort Wayne. Find us on the web at aaronchiro.com or call 492-8811 to schedule an appointment.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
6:57 to go here in the third. Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons with you as the Comets looking for the victory with a chance to the Comets have it. They carry it into the Indianapolis zone. Here's a shot. Score! Paul Crowder.
Yeah, right up over the shoulder. The goaltender goes down. Crowder from a bad angle goes right up top under the crossbar on the glove side, beating him under the crossbar. Crowder, 5-1 Comets. Nice shot, nice goal.
Just the third goal of the season for Paul Crowder, but his 20th point, and it is 5-1. Crowder gets his second point of the game, and it is now 5-1. Comets are up big. 6:49 to go in the third, and we'll come out to center ice and drop the puck.
Yeah, it looked like Crowder was going to look for somebody to pass off to, and at the last second, he was on a bit of a bad angle. He let go, surprised everybody, including the goaltender.
Into the Indianapolis zone. It is played off the Comet goal. And here's Claire with it up along the far boards. And into the Comet zone it is played. Comes back behind the net. And up along the far boards. Here's Barchuk with it as Cody Soul gets the assist on that one.
One of them.
And Schaafsma with the other one. Here's Barchuk looking for one of his own. Schaefer got the blocker up, comes up to the blue line. Hamonic to Denis. His shot is saved. Comes down into the corner. Back up to the blue line. And it is Denis again with the shot, and Schaefer has to make a quick save. Comes up along the near boards. And it's going to come all the way down. On the right side, here's Barchuk. Comes up along the far boards.
Dumped in.
And going in for it is number 21, Jardine. 5:33 to go in the game. Jardine has it back behind the net. Indianapolis plays it ahead into the Comet zone, comes down into the corner, comes down to the side of the net, loose puck, and Garrett Meurs has it. Meurs on the right-hand side, plays it deep into the corner, back behind the net. Here's Schaefer, met there by Crunk, and it comes down to Meurs up along the far boards, pinned up against the boards by Schneider. And the Komets still have it. Puck rolling around in front of the Indianapolis net. Here's Crunk with it, and his shot is knocked down. Jardine got a skate on it, and it comes out to the blue line. Here's a shot, and on Martin, and he makes the stop, and play will continue as he gives it off to Cody Soul. Now back to Cody Corbett. Corbett gives it a look, goes back to Soul, comes down into the corner, and now Corbett has it. Up along the far boards, kicked clear, and it's picked up by Corbett with 4:28 to go. Corbett has it out to Szydlowski, who's got a goal here tonight. He flips it into the corner, and going in hard after it is Franzen up along the far wall. And the Fuel have it, the puck rolling into the Comet zone. And back behind the net, here's Cody Soul with it, trying to get around a man, and does. He's got to retreat back behind his own net. And a cross-ice pass to Szydlowski. Szydlowski will rim one around. Franzen on the other end for Indianapolis. They've got the puck, and here they come on the attack as they trail it by 4 goals. Back the other way. There's Clark with it, spins around, gets over the blue line. Clark has it, and a whistle is going to be called. And we've got a hooking call.
Yep.
Well, with 3:46 to go here in the third period, the Komets looks like they're going to win, and it looks like it's just about to go final in Cincinnati, as 7-2 is going to be the score. Toledo beats Cincinnati. Komets will get the victory, which means in the next 3 minutes and 46 seconds, the Komets will officially be ECHL Midwest Division champs, which means they will get the first 2 playoff games here at home at the Coliseum coming up April 15th and 16th. So Jamie Schaafsma gets called for the hooking call.
First penalty for the Komets. Indy power play.
3:40 to go in the game. Schaafsma in the box. As Indianapolis, they have got the puck in their own zone. Comes out to Chimpani. Tries to get it in deep. Kyle Thomas is right there to defend. He sends it right down in on the goaltender, Schaefer. He will stop it, and he will leave it behind the net. Chimpani has it here on the left-hand side. Gets it into the Comet zone, but Cody Soul is there and back the other way. Here's Clark with it in front of his own net, and he will take his time. Hits the stick of Wong, gets over the blue line. They're on sides, and it comes down here onto the corner, and Montgomery right back down the other direction. Komets, the 3rd best team on the penalty kill this season, as the Komets have been in the top 5 consistently all year long. And we've got under a minute to go on this power play for Indianapolis, as Franzen carries it into the Comet zone, hands it off to Clark. Now he dishes it right back to Clark in the corner, back along into the near corner. Here's a cross-ice pass, top of the circle, in front, they score.
It's a nice little deflection right there. Indy worked it around, finally got it to the man in front with a nice pass from the corner and redirected into the net. Not much Martin could do back there, as it was redirected and deflected right up high. Power play goal, Indy.
That's a power play goal. Let's see who gets that one. Dylan Clark was right there on the doorstep. Not sure if he got a piece of it, but it is a power play goal. 5-2 is the score. 2:26 to go in the game. Komets up 5-2. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
If you treated your smartphone like greasy fast food treats your body...
Should I hang the picture here?
A little higher. Yeah, perfect.
I'll get the hammer.
No, don't be silly. I'll use my phone.
Wait!
you'd have no way to watch cat videos. So say no to greasy fast food and treat your body to the new rotisserie-style chicken sandwich from Subway. Made with tender, hand-pulled, all-white meat chicken raised without antibiotics. With your choice of fresh veggies on freshly baked bread. The Subway Sandwich Shop. Fresh is what we do.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Komets looking to finish this one up strong. We have got 2 minutes to go in the game. 5-2 is the score. And the Komets have got the puck in their own end. Here's Cody Soul. Cross ice pass, gets it up to Selvarud. Now he's going to return it right back to Cody Soul. Now back to Selvarud, up along the far boards. And the puck now coming down into the Indianapolis zone. Picked up by the Fuel. Here's Jardine. Gives it a look, crosses over the blue line on sides. Goes back behind the net into the corner. Here's a centering pass. Here's a shot. Martin to stop.
Martin save.
And that's the 31st shot on net for the Fuel here tonight. Just 1:19 now to play. And here on the near wall, Komets have it. Here's Kyle Thomas. And up along the far boards and carried all the way in to the Indianapolis zone where it's stopped by the rookie Schaefer. On the near wall with 1 minute to go in the game. Schaafsma has it to Corbett.
Last minute.
And here's Szydlowski getting by his man. He's got a goal tonight. And he is cut off by Kevin Clare. The Fuel have it. Here's Wong over the blue line. Flips it forward. Gets it past Hamonic. Comes down into the corner. Now up along the near wall with 40 seconds to play. And Hamonic goes back behind the net with 30 seconds. Up along the far boards. Comes out to Schaafsma. He dishes off to Crowder. Crowder along the far side, pinned up against the glass by number 2. That's Franzen. Comes back behind the net with 20 seconds to play. Rhett Bly will bring it back up the ice for the Fuel.
Up on him. That's it.
Over the blue line. Here's a big hit, and it comes back behind the net.
9 seconds.
And Spencer Martin will glove it down. He'll pin it up against the cage, and we'll get a whistle.
Remember, tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, Evansville in town. Next game on the board.
Now the Komets have wrapped up the division here tonight with the win, and Cincinnati lost. So the Komets for sure will have home ice advantage in the first round, depending on, or really doesn't matter who they play, they'll have home ice advantage. And tickets are on sale for those playoff games as the puck is dropped with 3 seconds. And that will do it. The Komets have won it here against Indianapolis. 5-2 is the final score. They get their 6th victory of the season against Indianapolis. But more importantly, the Komets with the win wrap up the Midwest Division. They are division champs here in the ECHL. And now it's kind of playing out the string, Robbie, as we just wait for our playoff opponent.
Well, exactly, and that's what you're looking at. But again, you look at a team like Indianapolis, they came at them hard all the way, and if they don't play the tough and good physical game against a team like Indy, you get into a lot of bad habits, and it took them a whole period to readjust, to get themselves together, and in the second period and the third period, they outshoot them and outscore them and get the 5-2 win.
And now it's just a situation where the Komets now can just kind of set the lineup here the next week and get ready for the playoffs, because number 15 will return to the lineup hopefully tomorrow as Mike Embach and Jordan Southorn are back on their way into Komet uniforms. Mike Embach is in the building tonight. Jordan Southorn has yet to arrive, but we'll see what the lineup has to offer come tomorrow night against Evansville. But it'll be nice to see number 15 make his second season, I guess, debut for the Komets.
Yeah, and I guess that's the next 4 games. That will be the most important part of it, is trying to get a set lineup ready for the playoffs. Remember, you got Perlini, the centerman. He's been injured. You'd like to see him back in the lineup. You've got to depend on how many more players that they will sell back down from San Antonio. And somehow those players are all going to have to fit into the equation. And with 4 games left, Gary's got a tough job ahead of him to try to pick and choose and get the guys that are ready to go for playoff time.
So your final score is 5-2. Komets over Indianapolis. They wrap up the Midwest Division, and we'll be back to wrap this game up. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.